You sought to step out of my light and into shadow. So be it. I don't know your name, but we have a connection. Just hear me out.
You start to see figures scattered throughout the holding pens.
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Chains come out from the ground.
Quickly!
And immediately...
Try! Run!
Oh my god.
To the
Can I take off?
to the clan!
Start to
I'm
take
taking
off.
off. I'm taking off.
In Season 2, Chapter 45, How Can We Help You? The dreadful roar that echoed out into the holding pens was surely the cry of the mighty myconid poisoned chimera that we'd tracked across the entire continent. And in that moment, we felt we were both very much in the right spot and very much in the wrong spot. With the magical barrier separating us from the beast disappearing, Graven felt a rush of divine fervor flow through him that seemed to slow time and suspend his allies, a sensation more familiar than he'd like to admit, and a precursor to the agonizing reality that was about to unfold. Like Lady Sangrela before them, Erlin and Saphira were banished from this plane of existence, for what we could only assume was Kuzni's desire to see Graven realize his obligations alone. And at the same might have happened to Orba if not for her strong spiritual Reaper connection pulling her back from the brink. Graven's strength of will wasn't quite enough to spare his companions, but it did rattle the foundations of Kuzni's connection between worlds, a chaotic disruption that loosened the God of Light's grip on some of his previous prisoners. Materializing back into existence were two Goliath men, disorientation in their eyes and burns on their arms. And despite decades of separation, Graven knew in his heart that it was his two brothers, Rumik and Sascha. There was barely enough time for so much as a wistful exchange before the chimera leapt from its cage, snarling and soiled from the myconid extract poisoning that fueled its madness. The brothers il-Vigos, having trained for this moment their entire lives, did not hesitate to enter the fray. And from that moment on, the holding pens would play host to this legendary showdown. After blinking away at the first opportunity, Orba showed off her new ability to summon a fiendish creature to serve in battle. And though there was always a worry he might start taking his own orders, we were grateful from the help from Rugga Bugga Tugatin. Following a few decent smacks and smashes from Rumik in his bestial form, Sascha wound up a guiding bolt that looked like it was right on target, but the chimera's skin hardened in a way similar to Erlin's bulwark. And in that moment, we confirmed that this beast possessed powers beyond the typical fare of these monstrosities. Our line was holding strong, and we were giving as good as we got. But a turning point came when the chimera started using the vertical dimensions of the chamber to its advantage. By grappling targets with its tentacles and flying up in the air, gravity became one of our greatest obstacles, and Rumik might have come crashing down to his demise, if not for a heroic, if gruesome, grab of the defensive spikes on one of the ballista platforms. The battle raged on, and finally it seemed the Chimera was struggling to stay aloft. So we shifted our strategy to withstand and distract, while Graven looked for an opportunity to land the killing blow. With its attention divided, and Rugabugatugatin pulling on its tail, Graven channeled every ounce of power into a guiding bolt of his own, and when the light and dust had settled, an oath from a cleric to his god had been fulfilled. In stunned silence, we braced for what might come next. For arcane eyes had been observing us throughout our fight, and a second wall of force was disappearing on the opposite wall. As we turned our heads, the half-orc, now deprived of purpose, was set free, and with deep breaths and bloodied hands, we could only stare and ask ourselves, was it over? Is it done? And can Graven finally go home? We find out now on Season 2, Chapter 46 of A Peek Beneath the Veil.
He's reading.
We have it. Perhaps somewhere along the way it occurred to you, how could I be so sure exactly where it was? How could I be so confident that it was still alive? And how could I acquire its tooth to pass on to you? There were other possible explanations, of course, but in this case the simplest one is the reality. The Shade Assembly has it chained up in Finlock Forest. I don't know why. It wasn't related to a job that I was dispatched on. The Assembly does not freely give out information about the contracts of other operatives. The only fragments of information I could glean were from disgruntled groundskeepers who were frustrated that it was likely to be around for a while, and that it was very important that it be kept alive. I'm sorry to say that no amount of money is going to bribe your way into the restricted areas of Finlock Forest, so you'll have to be creative and persistent. Look out for yourself, Graven. And I don't just mean that in the platitude kind of way. It seems you've spent a great deal of your life without ever taking such considerations. Make the most of the time you have left. You're surprised to find that, out of all the possibilities, it's Jillian's words that float through your mind first. That letter of thanks and farewell which set in motion a collision course from Mukmu to Finlock Forest. The corner piece of the jigsaw puzzle that served as an anchor point for which the rest of the picture could start to fall into place. There was perhaps some expectation of spectacle or fanfare. Flashes of flame, a deluge of divine light, rattling radiant booms. But aside from the shallow manic breathing of Rugabugatugatin, who still hasn't quite decided what to do with his newfound independence, it's cold, and it's empty. The other cleric, despite no longer being confined, has barely moved an inch, other than to raise his eyes up toward the ceiling, paralyzed by a lack of knowing what's coming next, having failed in his task. Before any contemplation or conversation can be had, the demon's violent tendencies get the better of it, and it raises its crooked greatsword, and it's immediately apparent that some time must be bought before it withdraws to the abyss from whence it came. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Rolling new initiative?
New initiative.
Yep.
Oh, dang.
There was a brief sort of pause there and a reset.
Like 2 rounds worth of pause.
We'll call it 1 round worth of pause.
Ooh.
Yes, he was sort of... The closest target to him was the corpse of the Chimera, and he's sort of unsure what was happening, sort of stabbed at that first, and then sort of stayed there for a moment.
Okay.
So yes.
I'm still under the effects of the... Good God.
Freedom of movement?
That, as
Bless?
well as... Yes, as well as the Verdant Talisman, because that goes for an hour.
and I still get to add a D4.
Was that before you came to the holding pens, or was that after? Because
After.
because it would have gone away when you walked through those runes.
No, that was the whole thing. Is that I held it, got past, and did
Perfect.
it. So it's actually a D6, not a D4.
20 to 25.
Wait,
Oh, I need to roll for.
that is.
I will be rolling for Rugabuga Tugatin
You
now.
want to know his modifiers and stuff?
I've got it up there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Whoa.
What?
23.
Hey,
Wow.
good for you.
I've never had such a good.
Graven emboldened by the kill.
Yeah.
Okay, Graven 23, 15 to 19.
16.
Nice. Sasha. 10 to 14. What'd you get?
9.
What'd you get?
4.
3.
Okay.
That was
What
with
about
your
the cleric?
advantage on your initiative roll?
Yeah. That would be a 8.
So 9.
It's gonna be the same order.
4 for the Tanaruk?
No, he had a 9. Was
Oh,
Rugabuga
shit.
Tugatin.
Never mind. Okay, wait.
Wait.
Sorry. Fuck. I fucked up. Ruga.
Tanaruk, same guy. Tanaruk.
R
And then
Same guy.
Rumik was an
B
8?
G
No.
T
8. Yeah.
8. Okay.
RGBT.
Who was a 4?
Well, he was a 4, and
Oh
then
my
he
God,
had
I'm
advantage
having
on
a
his
stroke.
roll.
Okay.
No, it's my bad.
And then no. And then what about the cleric?
I'm not gonna roll for him at the moment.
Okay, so it's Graven, Sasha, Rugabuga Tugatin, Rumik, and Orba.
I'll enter into it. 11.
Yeah, I got it. It's,
Okay, that's fine.
It's a little messy, but
And you guys may
the
turn
ones
on your
that-
monitors there as well.
Okay.
Sorry. Is it a hold down or press it?
It's a hold.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
it's
then it
hold
takes
for
a
a
second.
while.
For a while. All right, so then it means Graven, Sasha, the half orc, Rugabuga Tugatin, Rumik, and Orba.
Probably should just bring that out.
So Graven, as you look in front of you, so Graven, the guiding bolt, I said, the force of that kind of blasted the Chimera a little over the side. This is the corpse of the Chimera over here. We've got Sasha and Graven sort of on the opposite side here. You were flanking the Chimera there.
Yeah.
And then up a little further, they're still hanging onto the rope, is Rumik. And then Orba is over there in the corner. Is Blink still active?
It is, yes. Can I
Okay.
see if it activated this
Yeah,
turn?
see if it activated before this even started, because technically there was one round.
It did.
Great, so you're actually invisible
Right.
in a different area. Okay, so we've got everybody in here first. Graven's the first to act. Great. So after what you just faced, the sort of mischievous, oversized imp before you feels like something of a lesser test.
Okay.
But as you go to prime the well of power within you
no.
that you have carried for so long, it's like almost trying to put your weight on a leg where the muscle has atrophied. You have to catch yourself to keep from stumbling backwards in a feeble kind of futility.
Okay.
A feeling sort of
Nothing.
both invigorating that it feels like something happened, something has changed, but at the same time, sort of a weakening, crippling feeling that feels uncomfortable. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
That's fine. 16.
16. You take half of. You 10 half to 5 radiant damage.
Okay.
You feel this blast of radiant energy pass through you, and some words start to trickle into your ears, a voice not long heard.
Savor these last moments with the power that we shared. You sought to step out of my light and into shadow. So be it. What the Chimera knows dies with it. And now we shall see if you have the strength to stand on your own. I grant you your release. But without my grace, is there enough in you left to live?
And the voice starts to trickle away. You feel yourself stripped of 1 cleric level.
Oh! Here we go.
So you're now down to a level 2 fighter, level 4 cleric.
Okay. what does that mean for like HP pools?
Your HP stays the same because
Okay.
it's probably reducing your max HP, but you're
Okay.
you still
Yeah.
half your HP or whatever. It did when you went down. You have now lost access to your 3rd level spells.
Oh,
Your 3rd level spells.
I didn't have a moment there before that.
Oh.
So
Okay.
after from going 5 to 4, you
Yeah.
lost access to those. All right, now you may take your turn.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to second wind.
Okay.
Which is a D10.
Fighting back against that radiant energy, you use your first instinct after feeling that stripped from you is to go to your sort of fighter energy that you've trained a little bit outside of being a cleric, and now you're not sure how much you can rely on the cleric part of you, so you go to the fighter part of you.
Okay, that is gonna be 6 plus 1 is 7 that I heal.
Good.
Yeah, not bad.
And then oh god, I'm going to.
The demon is not long for this world. I will try to subdue him.
And I'm just gonna go over to it and try to grapple it.
Okay.
A
Contested check.
Yeah, which it's
your-
not a saving throw.
No,
for me.
your athletics versus his. He can pick either athletics or acrobatics.
Okay.
Go, Graven.
15.
13.
Okay. Graven tries to grab him, and you're surprised. His size is definitely smaller than you, but he like gives you a stiff arm, and those muscles of the fiendish muscles just kind of rebuff you immediately. And he holds up the sword in the other hand.
Okay, so that was my action.
Yep. And you use a bonus action.
And my bonus action, so here I am with it. Now the chimera. Oh, I can't. I've lost my 3rd level. That's it.
Okay. Who's next?
It's Sasha.
Sascha.
That would be really fucked up. I'm going to cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
I think so.
Is that a dex save, I think, for him? I think to light it up. It's
Normal. You're right. I should have healed myself before he started talking.
Yes, if it fails a dexterity saving throw.
Great.
So,
12. I think that's gonna fail.
it does.
Great. Okay, so you see it, like the outline of his skin just start to shimmer a little bit. He even kind of claws at himself there as he watches the light appear. So attacks have advantage against him as long as you can see him.
Okay.
Great.
And can you zoom out? a bit?
Yes,
I
definitely
want to get a little further away.
Yep. Where would you like to head?
Where's the other cleric?
So the other cleric is like across the chamber. This
Over there.
yeah, this which one is it?
So we get.
I think it was. Oh yeah, this one opened up over here. He was in this one here.
Uh-huh.
So he's almost directly across the chamber from you guys.
Okay, I am going to run like 30 feet south.
South would be this way.
Yeah,
Okay.
over there.
To get kind of around him, 10, and then another 20 gets you like there.
Sure, yeah,
Great.
that's good.
Excellent. Okay.
Oh God.
He's now fairy fire. It's a little bit of shimmering around Rugabugatugatin.
That's it.
Yes. Anything else?
He was able to do it
Bonus?
just on him and not people around him and stuff.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
pick a target. And let me give. I think I have.
You got a little aura.
Yeah, let's give him a little.
Ooh. Dripping.
As
Uh-oh.
a bonus action,
Sure.
I will be throwing my starry arrow at
Oh, great.
him.
There we go.
Yeah, as he's walking, he's like, I forgot something. You may do so. I think that's an attack roll.
God, sorry.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Myself on this.
Here, let me bring it up. It's just a.
On a hit, it's
yeah.
a D8 plus my wisdom.
Yeah.
That's I rolled a 7. That's plus
Plus proficiency, and then plus your wisdom.
7 plus 7 is 14.
14, that will hit.
Hey.
Cool.
But also wasn't it advantage because it had the fairy fire on it?
Yes.
Oh, it was with advantage.
You
Well,
can
it
roll.
doesn't
Well,
matter.
well, it does. It
Oh.
could be a
Like,
You got a critical
Right.
hit. You're totally right.
Great. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay. All right.
Ooh, max
Okay,
roll,
that's an
baby.
8 plus.
Wisdom modifier, I think it is.
Wisdom, yes. 8 plus 4 is 12.
Great.
Nice.
Excellent.
It's a hefty hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hefty arrow.
Fires off that little sort of constellation of light that streaks across there. Okay. Who's next?
After Sascha, it's the half-orc. Can't wait.
Excellent. Okay, so across the room, and Sasha's kind of the first to see this because you were sort of looking around, you're trying to keep an eye on him. As you're running over toward that sort of crevice that's in the ground, you look across the room and you just see like the half-orc step out of the cell there that he was in. He doesn't even look up. There's kind of sounds, streaking lights and flashing of the battle, and just like in a purposeless stupor, he turns and he starts to amble up the ramp.
No
Take 10
way.
feet.
Okay.
Oh, there he is.
Oh.
Ah!
Ooh, look at that mace. It's not as cool as mine,
So
but it's cool.
that's 30 feet there. And then as he starts to walk, picks up his pace a little bit.
No.
He's moving up the ramp. He's gonna take his dash action, and that's it. He's just moving. Okay, who's next?
It's Rugabugatikatin.
Rugabugatikatin, all right. When they are untethered, and Orba would know this, having summoned it, they just go for the closest non-fiend target, which would be Graven.
Okay.
So he is going to use multi-attack, 1 bite, 1 greatsword.
Okay.
Any flares or anything before I do this?
Nah.
Okay.
Oh, I wonder if I
15 to hit
will
on
miss.
the bite, and now the greatsword. 17 to hit.
Miss.
That's gonna miss too. Blocks both of those attacks.
like that.
And then it doesn't need to use its bonus action. That's it. Okay. Couple quick strikes. Count down another round there for the summon demon.
Okay, so it's been 2.
Yes, it's been 2 rounds now.
Yeah, out of 4.
Who's next?
Rumik.
It's I.
All right.
Having seen Graven try to grapple this guy, I'm close enough to the ground I can jump off without taking damage, right?
Let's
Ooh.
find out. You might be a little high.
No. Don't fall in the lava.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you're willing to try and make a athletics or acrobatics check to make a soft landing, otherwise you might need to slide down the rope and get a little closer to the ground.
I'm taking it. I'm going
Okay.
for it. Athletics.
An athletics check.
Okay, that's gonna be 16.
16. Okay, I'm gonna say that mitigates most of it. You
Okay.
take 3 bludgeoning damage. So
Does it go half to 1 or?
I'm not raging.
Oh, you know.
yeah. So he drops to the ground there, and you do a nice little kind of squat, and then roll a little bit. But because you land so close to the edge of that, your back foot like breaks a little bit of the rock, and some of it falls into that crevice there. But you're standing and you're there. What do you want to do? That took no movement. You just let go. So
Okay.
you can do that.
I'm going to, with my bleeding arms and on the last legs, try to be as much help to my brothers as I can, and I'm gonna run over
Oh, buddy.
and I'm gonna grapple him. Yeah. I'm going to attempt a grappling.
Give me an athletics check.
Another one, please.
14.
Damn it. Gotta say it.
And that one.
Yes. As you go in to grab even this like purple lit sort of fiendish creature, he sees you charging in and he kind of puts up the sword and you try and push the sword to like grab him, but he brings the sword down and sort of headbutts you. You don't take any damage, but
Yeah.
he pushes you back and goes into kind of a defensive posture
That's
there.
my boy.
Okay. At this and not being able to grapple or being able to help and feeling hurt, I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
Here, and I'm going to this time do my tail again to be a little more
Okay,
defensive.
great. Yes. So you grow that sort of bestial tail to keep yourself in a defensive posture. Okie doke. Any other bonus anything? I think that
Nope,
was
I don't
for
think
Rage,
so.
yeah. Okay, who's next?
Push me.
All right. Orba you reappear. And would you
Reappear.
like to change your
Yeah, where'd you
position?
go?
So you're right there, right behind this brazier. You're basically right there.
Okay. Climbing up this stupid pillar thing here, is there something right above it where it's
This?
too difficult? Yeah, to get
I mean, there's a platform above it. That's also a difficult climb. I mean, your fiend creature was able to climb that during the fight earlier, but that's not an easy climb. Not impossible, but not an easy climb.
up? Okay. And then just so, can I see some of the other like ropes that are around and stuff? I guess climbing's gonna be just this
Yeah, there's-
crap.
the only rope from the bottom is this one over here.
Okay. Got it. Jeez Louise. Yeah, I'm gonna blink west 10 feet.
like further back behind the pillar?
Yeah.
Okay. You do so.
All right. And Rogabugadugatin's almost done. Are we going after this cleric?
I am.
I help. I'll start running up the ramp.
As Orba starts to move,
Oh, jeez, whoa.
your hands are kind of in a readied position, sort of getting ready to maybe fling a spell or fire something. You're defending your allies against this fiend that you yourself summoned, which feels a little uncomfortable, but it helped in the battle earlier. Not regretting your decision, but understanding the volatility of sort of calling upon something from the depths. As you're moving and get readying yourself, something right in front of you, you see another little shimmering out of the corner of your eye, a disturbance in the light, an arcane eye darting about the chamber. When you watch it pass you by, this time it kind of stops and turns in your direction. And you hear a voice in your head. A familiar voice.
You fucking.
Listen, young wizard.
You hear the voice of Josco Tibbets through the use of the sending spell.
I know you're no stranger to the dangers of the meddling gods. If you trust me at all, start up the ramp.
That's 25 words. You can respond, but that's 25 words.
Hi, buddy. Nice hearing from you. Okay.
Did you count okay as 2 words?
No, that's one word. Okay,
no,
bye.
I thought you counted
Oh,
as 2
no.
words on your
Okay.
fingers.
Got plenty more.
Yep.
And you're saying this as you're
yeah,
moving. The
as
voice is
Orba
gonna be in your
starts
head.
walking. I really missed you. I have a lot of questions. Please stay around after if I'm not dead.
Okay, where would you like to go?
Up the ramp.
You're kind of at the base of it, so are you just moving further up the ramp?
Yeah, so I'll like to move my full 30 feet just so I can see where I am.
30 feet takes you about there.
Can I see where I am in relation to the half-orc in case he turns around?
Yes, so he's over here, and you are here.
Okay.
So there's like a bend before you get to where he is.
And is there, aside from that big pillar, is there anything that I could use my full dash to like come and get behind so that I'm a little covered from that?
Not
there?
past that, really.
Okay.
You kind of squat behind this brazier here, but other than that, not a lot of cover.
Okay, I'll just use my dash action to get up behind the pillar.
So not past it, but kind of up behind it.
Yeah, like hugging it. Yeah.
Great, call that another 15 there.
And that's my turn.
Okay.
I have 1 blink left.
Okay,
So
go
let's
ahead.
just. I don't blink.
Okay, stays in the chamber, and you feel that sort of the weird blinking energy that kind of tugs you back and forth between the ethereal plane. Finally, you feel the last tendrils of it fade away.
Okay.
Okay, who's next?
It's top of the lineup with Graven.
All right, Graven, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh man, this
Oh,
sucks.
guys!
I get to add on saving throws because of my bless, right?
Yes, you do.
I get to add a D4. 16 plus 1 plus 6 is 23.
Nice.
Okay, you take half of 14, 7 radiant damage.
Ooh, this is no fun.
As you're standing there facing off against the fiend, your holy relic, once a very stabilizing source in your life, suddenly feels like it's siphoning your essence. But similar to kind of doffing a magic item that's cursed, you don't think that just like removing it or damaging it would stem the flow of the energy. You have the dispiriting thought that you may have simply existed for too long, sustained by Kuuzni's influence. But if you have any hope of making it, you'll have to outlast this kind of sapping sensation that's taking place right now. Okay, your turn. You are now a level 3 light cleric.
3? I went from.
You were at 5, and then you went to 4,
lost-
and now you're at 3.
Oh yeah, that's how numbers go. Okay.
So you've lost, and I don't think any features got
Yeah.
lost. You did lose a little something. Do you remember what cantrip you learned at level
Toll
4?
the Dead.
I think that disappears.
Oh no.
And then
I
also,
probably lose a use of warding flare, but
you've already used up some.
But
of
I've
those?
used them
That's
all.
okay if it's
Can I
already
add
been
a
used.
d6 to his
To save.
To his save?
Keep past
help?
the
Oh,
save.
yeah.
I got like a 26.
I don't want to see him
This
fail.
is God shit.
Your oh no, that stays because you still have 2 levels in fighter. Good. Okay, so those stay because you still have the levels in fighter. Excellent. So-
Ability score improvement I did at level 4.
Yes, although you still have the 2 levels in fighter. We'll keep that for now. So unaffected.
But yeah, that's the only thing. It looks
Yep.
like I lost the cantrip.
Great.
All
Oh
right.
my god.
Feeling that this is going the way it's going, I'm gonna work up a first level cure wounds on myself.
So Rumik, you watch as Graven sort of engaged with this creature. You just see him sort of struggling to stay upright, and then goes to heal himself, even though like he didn't look like he got all that hurt, but just feeling that need to sort of pour some more healing energy into himself right beside you. And you're right there with him. Like you can.
I gained 7 back, exactly
nice.
what I just lost.
Okay.
And I used that last spell slot. This is the final turn of my flaming sphere.
Oh, that was like I don't have it here, but it's like hovering kind of.
It's
up in
very
the air.
close by, yeah.
You could hit him.
I'm gonna like give it a little loop and hit it on its back, so it's kind
Great.
of on the other side of with my bonus
Is
action.
that a dex save or?
It's a dex save for him.
That's not gonna do it. 5.
That will definitely fail. It's gonna take 2d6.
Okay.
Oh my god, 11 fire damage.
Oops.
2d6, yeah, 11 fire damage.
So he's up to 3. Excellent.
And
Ooh, actually, you have the stat on here, right?
What?
He's resistant to fire. He takes half of that.
okay, so
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
what did I just
Fire
say?
and
11.
poison,
It goes down to 5 or 6.
Yeah, so minus 6 there because half ran
Yeah.
down. 17.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, flaming sphere
Alright.
smashes in.
He also has advantage on saving throws. Did you do that?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, against.
I'm sorry.
No,
That's
no,
alright.
Oh, that's even lower. So
Oh,
Yeah,
still
yeah.
gets
it
it.
still fails. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna
Not for much longer. Keep him down here.
and I'm gonna try to run after the cleric. Use
Okay.
my full 30 feet.
He is
Yep,
going
let
to
him
make an attack of opportunity.
do it.
Do it.
That's gonna hit 15 to hit.
Miss.
14 to hit, actually.
go.
Okay, Graven moves. Where would you like to head?
As quickly as I can towards the ramp. 30 feet.
Okay, 30 feet.
That's it.
So yeah,
Bonus
you could.
action.
I'll also. You haven't gotten to the edge of this sort of crevice here, but you could head for kind of further up. You just might have to climb a little bit, or as opposed to heading for the easier portion to kind of leap up over.
Sorry, say that again.
You can, if you're trying to get up the ramp quicker,
Yeah.
you can head in this direction and then have to scamper up those rocks there.
Yeah.
Or head in this direction where you wouldn't even have to make a check.
I'll
right?
try to.
Great. That doesn't look too
Yeah.
difficult over here by these rocks.
My flaming sphere is gone.
Okay.
Also, I took a bunch of damage and I never rolled for concentration.
Okay, that's
Sorry, it didn't really do anything.
It did like 5 damage.
I think this guy's gonna disappear before you
Exactly.
guys.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So, but that's gone. No
Okay.
concentration. That's my turn.
Okay, who's next?
How far am I from? Oh, how far am I from Graven?
From Graven, not too far. 40 feet. You can move.
Can I reach him? I can't.
All
Stay
the way
together,
to
brothers.
him.
All the way to him.
No, you would not be able to reach him from there.
Take care of Rumik. He looks like shit.
I'm
okay.
Oh. I'm gonna dash to him.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Graven's running. All of a sudden, you're right up behind me.
What is it?
What do you need?
I told you to
I can't do
stay.
anything. What if I can't do anything if I do that though?
Yeah, you
That's
can't
my
make any
action.
actions. Yeah.
Never mind.
Throw stuff back to me. Oh, okay.
I am
Okay, it's okay.
I'm mad about that.
Rumik's like, brother!
I will say, even if it's worse than on difficult terrain, the freedom of movement might help me over that section of rocks that I'm headed towards.
It's technically climbing. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
difficult terrain. Yeah.
I'm going to use 30 feet of movement and go that direction anyway.
Okay.
okay.
Along the edge of that sort of bubbling abyss there.
And I will cast Healing Word on Rumik.
Brother!
You see him out of the corner of his eye start to run, and you're like, oh god!
Like, I can make it probably.
Go ahead and roll for that.
Oh, do you do like this?
That is amazing.
It does
Yeah.
healing word.
Oh, is it not D4s? I don't know.
It is, but
one
it's
D4.
1d4.
If it's
Oh, well
first
then you
level.
can have it.
No, only for 2.
That's my
Sad.
spellcasting ability modifier.
Yep.
That's true. So that's a 3.
Okay.
Nice.
And
What's your wisdom modifier?
my wisdom is +4.
Great. Heals for 7.
Oh, we're feeling great now. Thank you. Thank you.
And I shout toward him, Rumik, remember, I can't hit him with lightning if you're standing that close. And I use my bonus action and do another starry form.
You used a bonus action. Healing
That's
word.
Healing word, yeah.
healing word. Oh, it's a bonus action.
Two different categories
This
of
is not your
actions,
turn,
unfortunately.
bud.
It's a waiting game down here.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's only got one more round.
Technically, you haven't used an action then. You only used a bonus action, so if you'd like to dash to move, so you can do that.
And we're back.
I will dash to my brother,
Okay.
Raven.
Great. Close to Graven. Back to back there, brothers in arms.
Aww.
Okay.
Okay, so after Sasha, it's the half orc.
The half orc, okay. Mindless, sort of 1,000-yard stare. Orba's peeking out from behind the pillar to kind of track his movements, and without even some of the magic blasts, some of the like Rumik fell down and crashed to the ground below. Didn't even turn for a second. He just continues to waddle up the edge of the chamber there.
Should I tell him that we glued the door shut?
That's part of my speech. That's part of my plea to this idiot. Oh god, he's really huffing it now.
Okay, that's his turn.
Okay, Ruga Booga Chukatin, his last
His
turn.
last turn here is going to make a couple of attacks here on the closest target.
Bring it on.
This is it. This is his final turn.
Yeah,
That's definitely gonna miss. 11 on the bite.
nice.
And then 16 on the sword.
That is my AC. I'm gonna use my tail.
Okay, great.
Nice.
As he brings the sword around,
Yes.
you wrap the tail around it, and you almost like yank the sword free. And just as he's reaching for it, he disappears.
Oh my god.
Bye, buddy.
Yes.
Thanks.
Cool.
And there we go. Disappears. Okay.
That's it for Ruga Booga Chukatin.
Okay.
Fine. I don't know if you guys can call back out to me, but I'll turn around and be like, Graven, what's the plan?
Raj's totem. Obscure it. Bring it to me. I'm on my way up.
Okay. I burst through the door.
Okay.
Go get
Give me
it.
an athletics check. You have to basically pick up and push the chimera corpse out of the way to get through. here.
Easy. No problem. Okay, but I have advantage because I'm thinking. So that was a 4, and then a 12, so 19.
Okay.
Nice.
Ooh, excellent. Great. So you step over kind of a pair of these lifeless chimera claws. You pick one up and you see like some of that dripping venom. You toss it to the side. You pass through this battered doorway and into like a stockpile of confiscated goods. Random assortments of crates, racks, barrels, boxes, all kinds of apparel. And without any labels or even kind of a loosely defined method of organization, it's impossible to differentiate what might be like a magic item versus a mundane item, with the exception of 3 items in glass cases by the back wall. One is a kind of walking stick made of a white birch wood with a meerschaum horse at the top. The second is a halberd, but the bladed end is made of some kind of black metal. And the third is a wooden totem, reinforced with iron bands and carved designs inlaid with bits of blue crystal that swirl and churn like there's liquid trapped inside. The glass on the display cases look quite thick, not so much that you couldn't break through, but you couldn't just smack it with something light and have it break open. And there's also maybe a dozen or so engraved symbols by the base of this receptacle
Oh, shit.
that give you maybe some reason for concern that some security measures have been implemented here.
I see.
So it only takes you about 10 feet of movement to get to the door, and that's what you see when you sort of are at the foot of the door looking in.
Okay, what I'm gonna do, I know Graven can't probably talk to me until his turn.
You can shout
Or
back
whatever. I'll
and
say,
forth.
Graven, I'm no, scientist, but, there seems to be runes around the totem. Should I still grab it?
Try.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going and go for it and grab it.
All right, so
I'm a
another.
scientist. I love that.
I'm not the smartest in the bunch.
Oh, that's very cute.
Oh, I just hope he doesn't get blasted.
You might get blasted.
Oh God.
Ah, teleport. There we go. Great. So you get in, and I'm gonna say that on like above this table are the glass display cases.
Okay.
You don't see them there. You can dash to get there.
I will dash to
30
get
feet,
there.
and then you might have to use an action to try and bust one open or something. Oops.
Okay, I'll wait till next turn.
Great.
To do so.
Okay.
Okay.
Who's next?
After Rumik gets Orba.
All right, Orba.
Says-
You're crouched by the pillar over there.
Yup.
Working your way.
Right, because I didn't blink.
You did
I
not
did
blink.
not blink
Yep. and-
effectively. Okay. Once again, if I moved and dashed, would I have cover of the cleric?
You cover of the cleric?
Would I be able to put something between myself and the cleric?
Probably. Let's see. 30 feet. It's going to be close. Another 30 feet. You could kind of obscure the line of sight. You're not really all the way behind it, but yeah, right there, you're definitely.
Okay, great. Yup, that's what I'm doing.
Okay, while Orba's on the run, once more, another bit of sending comes through. That voice of Josco Tibbet speaking
No
to you.
fair.
7th door from the bottom. It'll look like it's locked shut, but it's not. Open the door and go inside.
So,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So
So
seventh
it was
floor from the bottom, have I
5. It was
passed
5. 1, 2. It was 5 of the wall of force rooms.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 would have been right here. It's like a gate. I'm gonna say that was on the run. So if you prefer to pivot in that direction, you can.
I would like to have pivoted, yeah.
Alright, walk
1,
up to
2,
this one.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Counting them on your way up, and even as you put a hand on it, it immediately, like it wasn't locked or shut really. It just was a door that was sort of in place to make it appear as there was a barrier there.
So 7th door, that means it's door 88, right? Cell 88. Because there were 95 cells.
Yes, that
Okay.
sounds right.
Okay,
Or
great.
would it be 80? I mean, the no exact number.
Got it.
But yes.
Okay, I'm gonna open the door. Do I have
Okay.
movement to go in or anything, or like go inside?
To just get inside, yeah. Let me do this just so it's out. Start to peek your head in. As you look on the inside, otherwise completely like any other of the cells that have been here. There's a bedroll in the corner. There's no creature inside. The walls are that same kind of blackish stone that have filled the majority of the holding pens here. And then, as you're peering around, you're looking for any kind of inconsistencies. Give me an investigation check.
It's a natural 1.
Okay. You don't see anything different about this particular cell, so you kind of wait. You sort of hope for further instruction. You can also say something
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you can respond to the sending.
Also, just in case Jessica's being a little sneaky baby, I'm gonna keep my body in the doorway, like in case the cage shuts and I'm like locked inside.
Okay,
of it.
yeah, you're in
I'm
the doorway.
gonna try to, yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. Okay, Josco, I'm here, cell 88. Don't see anything significant whatsoever. A little hint would be nice. Also, hi, I still miss you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, who's next?
Top of the lineup, Graven.
All right, Graven.
Anything I need to do before I get to take my turn here?
Yes. Constitution save.
Okay, that's what I thought. Adding my bless. Oh my God. 27.
Half damage again.
Damn it.
13 halved down to 6 radiant damage. You are stripped of another level
my
of cleric there.
Come on, baby Graven.
On this one, I don't think you lost anything on this one. You did. You lost no more second level spells for you, Graven. You've been stripped of second level spells.
That makes sense. I'm running towards that half orc.
Okay.
60.
You're gonna dash up
Yeah,
there. Great.
yeah.
So give me an athletics check. It's not a terribly difficult climb. But you have to sort of
This is not any kind of saving. It's just
Nope.
athletics.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh my God!
you
Come
joking?
on! Get out of here!
Tiny rock walls. Natural 1.
Natural 1. As you just Graven trying to get up as quickly as he possibly can, he leaps up and just one rock goes loose. and you fall prone there by the edge.
I probably don't even have enough movement to get back up, do I?
You've used 45.
Shut up.
You used 45. Oh, you
Yeah.
have exactly enough to get
Okay,
back up.
then I'll.
You're like, you look up to the cleric to see if he saw that.
I will. Would I be reasonably that he would be able to hear me if I shouted?
Definitely. He's not that far from you. He's over here.
Listen to me. I don't know your name, but we have a connection. Just hear me out.
Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion?
You got the one out of the way.
I did.
Yeah.
15. Wait, persuasion? 18.
18. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll wait to see on his turn, but
Okay.
he can definitely hear you.
Yeah.
With Ruggabuggasugaton no longer sort of making screeching demon noises, it's not that loud in here, and, and the space kind of is pretty cacophonous. The sound travels, so he can definitely hear you. Okay.
Yep.
Who's next?
Okay, after Graven and Sascha.
All right, Sasha.
I'm going to dash to Graven,
Okay.
Boost.
and I'm gonna put my hand. Well, I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder, and say, "Brother, think for a moment. Just let me help you."
I have to talk to him.
I'm aware. I see what it is you need. But just stop and think.
He's going to get away.
I can help.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
All right, who's next?
Is the
You
half-
didn't use a bonus action. You dashed. You could either use another healing word, or you can use your starry thing if that has enough range. If you wanted to attack him.
I don't know that I want to attack.
Okay.
Oh,
That's fine.
if I see you pointing towards him.
Not yet. Don't attack.
Yeah,
Don't attack.
I know.
But you do still have a bonus action if there's anything else.
No.
Okay. Who's next?
Okay, it's the half orc.
All right. Slow, steady pace. As he continues to move, he hears Graven's voice, and you see him, for the first time, like even acknowledge that anyone else is here. And his hand kind of goes up, and you see that dangling chain that has the symbol of Kuuzni on it there that just hangs kind of limp by his arm.
I'll take mine out. It's laying on my chest.
He continues to walk, but he slows his pace.
Okay.
Sort of, you can see the consternation, sort of something in his brain. He doesn't know what to do next. And you've been here, you've been at places like this where, you know, a divine source has been giving you orders, and suddenly those orders are gone, and you have to sort of contemplate for yourself. So as he's walking, it looks like he's kind of racking his brain, but he's only going to move 30 feet there. He's not going to dash.
Oh.
But he's moving slowly. Okay. That's his turn. Who's next?
Rumik.
Okay. Looking around, I see the totem, and I'm going to take my javelin and try to break open that glass.
Okay. Give me an athletics check. You're really just using your source.
Okay. Oh, I lost my.
You did lose your rage, yeah, 'cause you didn't attack.
So that's only going to be a 12. No rage.
12.
My tail is gone.
Oh, thanks.
Its spider web cracks there on the edge. It looks like one more good hit might do it. You can use the multi-attack. I mean, technically it was an athletics check, but you could use another one. As you hit it that first time, the runes on the bottom start to glow with like a light purple glow.
No.
Graven said to grab the totem.
Oh no!
I can live. I can do this. And I'm gonna jab it again.
Give me another athletics check.
That's going to be a 13.
13. You stab at the end of the javelin, and it makes a little puncturing hole that then, piece by piece, it starts to disintegrate because the bottom half has been sort of compromised. And as you reach for the totem,
Oh no!
I need you to give me an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, shit.
That one's a little rough for good old Rumik here. Okay, we're going.
We hear like breaking.
Wisdom saving throw, sorry, wisdom saving throw. Yes, you can hear the glass smash.
Okay.
Yep.
Not great. So that's just gonna be a flat 6.
6, okay.
I just
I'll
killed
be
my
a
brother.
failure there.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Save it for a rainy day.
You have the stones turns, right?
13 psychic damage.
Okay.
You feel something like burrowing into your brain. It's the mind spike spell that has been sort of put into a a glyph of warding here. In addition to the damage that you take, something in the back of your head, it just feels like something's watching you. This spell, in addition to the damage that you take, the person who hits you with it is able to tell where you are at all times. It almost like tracks you as well. You don't know who that is because you don't know who originally set the spell.
But I can tell I'm being.
Yeah, it just feels like something's like all around you at the same time.
So I begin to lose unconscious. I go unconscious, but I've left my stone with endurance for a rainy day, and I'm gonna hunker down. That's gonna be 6, so I can ward off 6 of the 13.
Okay. So you take 7.
You add your. I think you add something.
Plus Constitution. Thank you.
Yes,
So
please.
that
Add
should
your
be
Constitution mod.
6, so 9, so only 4 damage.
4 damage.
That's huge.
Nice. Damn.
Graham's like, remember your roots. Remember your
Older brother helping. Okay, and I'm still up.
Okay.
And would I have to wait till next turn to grab the totem, or can I grab it and start moving out of the room?
We'll just say that takes movement, yeah, so you can grab it. So as you go to kind of pick up the totem, you see that unbelievably intricate design. You've actually seen it before, but just never up so close. You guys know Boraj, but you've seen him carrying this around, and you've never kind of had it in your hand. So it's this basically like a big log, almost 5.5, 6 feet long, and there's 2 sort of circular handholds that you would put your hands in that you can carry it, or you can just carry it kind of by itself.
I imagined I'd be pretty awkward with it. I'll just grab it and run.
Okay.
I take a look at the halberd, and the not as smart version of me is like, that looks so cool. But I gotta get back to Graven, and I'm just gonna.
Also, these were 3 separate glass cases, and the glass of that's still intact.
Yeah,
so
so I still have
takes
some
that
of
and he
it.
goes, thanks, Buraj.
Yeah. I'm just gonna head out of there back to Graven.
Okay. Excellent.
Actually, how much movement does that give me? Can I get out of there within?
You used 5 to get up to it, and then 25 gets you
There,
here,
okay.
which is like, not quite outside
Okay,
yet.
no worries.
So like grabbing the totem, running, and you're like that splitting headache from the mind spike that just burrowed into your brain, and you're moving as fast as you can.
Okay.
Okay. Who's next?
It's Orba.
All right, Orba. In this room here,
Looking around.
desperately searching and trying to find what Josco might have been leading you to. And you take a deep breath of satisfaction when you start to hear more words from my brain.
Oh, thank you.
On your left is a loose stone in the wall. It's vertical while the rest are horizontal. Pull the cord behind it.
Orba's gonna not respond
Okay.
so that she can go do that real quick.
Okay, it
Just
takes
gonna look
about,
for
you have to step into the room all the way, is that okay?
Okay.
Great, takes about 15 feet of movement.
Okay.
And you're searching up and down the wall, and as he said, most of the bricks in standard brick format are horizontal, and then there's maybe 2 bricks that instead are positioned vertically.
Okay.
And as you reach out to touch them, immediately they kind of just shift in spot, so they're not sort of cemented into that spot there.
Okay. Take him out.
Carefully remove the bricks. There's a little hole in the wall there, and maybe up, not quite to your elbow, so up to your forearm's worth in, a little ways in, there is kind of a metal circular plate, a little piece of rope with a handle on the end. So it's something going into the wall when a rope is attached, so you could like pull the handle and the rope there.
Got it. I think I understand.
It's just like
Almost
a hole
like
in the wall.
Like a little shoebox that has a rope on it, right? Am I picturing something correctly?
So you've taken the bricks completely out.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then in the wall on the interior side,
Uh-huh.
there's something, sort of a circular plate against the wall.
Okay.
And then a little piece of cord or string or whatever.
Okay.
And then a handle or something, so you could go like this, almost like a lawnmower, like starting a lawnmower.
Oh, okay. That helped. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Ripcord. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
ripcord that you can
Okay.
kind of yank.
I'm gonna reach in.
Give me an athletics check. It feels like it has some significant kind of resistance to it.
Athletics.
Mm-hmm.
6.
6. You're not able to pull it all the way through.
Okay. Hope I still have. Yeah, I still have message. So I'm gonna say, Josco, put this in here. The strongest person ever. I'm trying.
I'm gonna say that only just took movement to attempt to pull that, so you could probably do one more. That was 12 and then you'd be out of movement.
Okay, I'm gonna try again.
Okay.
Okay. This fucking die. 2.
Okay. Once again, it gets taut. It like pulls taut, and it feels like there's something on the other end, but
Put those
Unable
feet
to
up,
get it
baby.
all
Come on.
That message is still active, and you just hear Orba going, "Come on, stupid bull!"
Okay, you're not able to pull it on his turn.
Oh, okay.
Who's
That's
next?
the end of my turn, and it's Graven.
All right, Graven.
I'm going to hold my movement.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for Sasha's turn.
Okay.
Whatever when it seems he is done with me, whether it's a spell or he's gonna, if he hands me something or shoves something down my throat.
Lectures you.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna wait until that is done, and I'll use a held action.
I need you to give me a Constitution save.
I had my D4. 19.
Okay, that one counts again. Take half of 10, 5 radiant damage. You lose access to your channel divinity.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
You lose access to your warding flares if you have any left.
Yep.
And I think
Sorry, you said 7 damage?
it was halved to 5. It was 10 halved
Okay.
to 5. yeah.
5. Okay, so that's.
Once again, every bit of sort of clerical essence fading from you and pouring into that tiny little relic that's hanging around your neck, swinging back and forth as you continue to move.
Hurry up. And that's my
Holding
turn.
your-
Yeah, holding
Okay.
movement. Yep.
Okay, it's Sasha.
All right.
As my hand is still on Graven, I cast Jump on him.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Woo!
Go ahead and tell him how much that increases by.
Yeah. Give me.
You touch a creature, the creature's jump distance is tripled until the spell ends, and it lasts for 1 minute.
Go boing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boing, boing.
So
Yahoo!
that's turn one. That's turn one of a
Triple
minute,
jump, baby.
right?
Yeah.
Turn one of a minute of 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rounds.
And I can jump. What's your usually? You can jump. half
If you
your
get a
movement?
running start, it's up to your strength score, like a long jump up to your strength score.
Wow. So my strength score is 14. So with a running jump, I could go 42 feet.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Like
That's awesome.
it's more of a
That's-
length.
It's like a little arc, yeah, like a
Yeah.
little forward kind of leaping arc.
Okay. What about? We'll see on my next turn.
Okay,
Gotcha. And so now that he's done that, I'm gonna.
great.
I don't know. Can I jump?
You
kind of
yeah,
straight
give me,
up
Give me an
and over
athletics
this.
check. Oh yeah, with your jump, I'll say you can definitely do that. Yeah.
Okay. So
Um,
whatever 30 feet gets me, kind of jumped up and going along the path.
Okay. Great.
Nice.
So easily, without any kind of check at all.
Freedom of
as soon as
movement,
he-
jump.
Yeah, Graven sort of feeling as lithe as he ever had. Even with the life kind of draining from you a little bit, the spells that your brothers bestowed upon you allow you to kind of burst forward. Okay. Still your turn.
Ever.
With my bonus action, I'm going to throw one of those starry arrows kind of in front of where this orc guy, so that it hits the wall, maybe like 10 feet in front of him.
Okay. Give me an attack roll, and unless it's really bad, it's probably just gonna hit this little pillar here that's in front of him there.
Oh no.
It's not great.
It's a 3.
Three plus your
Spell
your
attack
spell attack modifier.
Well, it's 15, so 18,
What?
right? No.
No.
The die plus your wisdom modifier for the attack.
7.
And then plus your proficiency as well. So 10, right?
Yes, 10. Sorry. It's 10.
So not as bad
Not
as
3, it's
he
not
thought
8,
he was
worse
a
than
little
you.
off target there. You fire off the arrow and it just clips this pillar here. Kind of a sparkling, starry sort of essence goes out as it connects with the wall there, and he just looks up to where the sparks came from.
I go,
Hey! Hear him out!
Keeps walking. Anything else? You have movement left.
I'll follow Graven.
Okay. Give me an athletics check as you come up the side of this here.
That's a 15. Plus 4 is 19.
Great. You scramble up the side there. You have that was like 10 feet of movement, so you can get pretty much all
Yeah,
the way to
I'll
Graven.
just stay with him and follow him.
right behind Graven.
Oh.
Stop flying there. Okay. You can hear Sasha's footsteps right behind you, supporting you on the way there. Who's next?
Half orc.
All right. Keeping his kind of slow, plodding pace, but continuing to move forward. See him pick up his wrist once again and look at the dangling kind of holy relic that's on his forearm. And with his other hand, he kind of wraps his hand around it. And you watch him look to the ceiling, to the sky once more.
I have been where you are now. Please hear me out.
He does this 30 feet, doesn't dash. Who's next?
Can you zoom
Rumik.
out just to show us kind
Yeah.
of where he is in relation to us now?
In relation to you?
Yeah.
Basically, kind of on the other side of the loop.
Ugh,
You guys are over here.
okay.
He's here, but he's only moving at 30 feet per round there.
Okay.
Would you say the Rumik is able to hear this from the other room? or-
Yes,
Okay.
this whole area is very quiet at this
Okay.
point, so you can hear. But anytime, as long as someone's not like whispering to someone, you can definitely hear.
Okay. How much movement would it take to get out of the room?
Let's get to there. Block that, please. There we go. So it takes 15. Say 30 feet would get you just out of the room, basically.
Would I be able to use my bestial soul to take a leap once I leave the room to get further?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Having heard this, in relation to where I am, where is the half orc?
He's basically right above you, but on
okay.
an upper level. Yeah. He's not quite to you. Where is he there?
Okay. I'm gonna see.
There he is. Yeah, he's behind that pillar.
Okay. I'm gonna be very confused where he is, and then just try to get to my brothers.
Okay.
How far are they from me?
They're across the room.
Yeah,
maybe.
like a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna jump as far as I can.
Okay. Great.
So
You took a running start.
running start, and then make an athletics check and add that to it. Oh my god. Not amazing, but 14 plus 18, so 32 feet.
32 feet. So you watch Rumik plant his feet, and with Buraj
Yes!
the totem, you can even like put the totem down and
Oh, that's
fling
awesome.
yourself forward. What was the total on that?
32.
32. Great. You took a giant kind of leaping
That's awesome.
smash against the ground again, and you hear the force of him hitting the ground, and the two of you turn, and he's like, "Got Buraj."
Raven, I've got it.
Good. Bring it to me.
Okay.
Say
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Orba pokes her head out from the other
Yeah.
room.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's Orba. Oh, Jesus.
All right, Orba.
So over this. Okay, quick question for you.
Yes.
Is attempting to pull this now at this point, like, is it movement? Is it an action?
Yes. And where are you? There.
Okay.
Yes, it takes movement to just kind of give it a pull.
All right. Orba's gonna go for it one more time.
All right. Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
It's like the fucking pickle jar that no one can open.
And as you're pulling on it, you hear a voice kind of come in again.
Give it everything you got. I think you'll know what to do after that.
It's a dirty one.
10 feet of movement to pull.
That was 10 feet to pull?
Yep.
Doing it again. 15!
Pulls it tight. She takes Graven's psychic advice and puts her feet kind of up on the wall there to give herself the leverage. You pull with every ounce of
She's got
strength that you
tail
have
pushing against
in your
the wall,
non-reaper
too.
form. Just it's summoning. You can see like the veins in your arms straining from having to pull it 3 or 4 times at this point.
Oh.
And finally, the ripcord pulls free. From somewhere within the wall, you hear like a muffled metallic, like like a pin being pulled loose. For a moment, nothing happens. And you're worried you actually might have broken the mechanism rather than set in motion whatever was intended. But when the sound finally comes, it comes fast and it comes loud. Starting from the top floor and working its way down, this deafening, repetitive clanging is filling the chamber. Though there's no immediate visual feedback, as you look up into the pens from where the sound's coming from, you don't see anything. There's nothing coming down. There's nothing sort of changing in any way. This emphatic noise, it's like 1,000 iron doors being opened and clanged shut, slammed shut over and over. It feels like it's sourced from just beyond the walls. And indeed, as Orba, who just pulled the thing free, you put a hand on the wall and you can feel like vibrations in the wall.
Uh-huh.
Even without it being inside the room, the intensity of the clamor in here is headache-inducing. It's absolutely deafening. A sensation that you can both hear and feel, as if someone were banging a metal bat against a pole that like you had your ear up against, like every vibration, every sound rattling through you. The sound comes crashing all the way down. Again, without the holding pens changing in any way that you can see. Until at the absolute peak of its intensity, where it reaches the bottom 2 floors, it stops. An alleviating feeling washes over Graven.
God, I fucking knew it.
Not the addition of a positive sensation, but the removal of a negative one. Like extracting a thorn from the top layer of your skin, or the fading of a ringing in your ears. The floor beneath you seems to take on an ever so slight give, even though it's solid stone. And all of these feelings would be so strange and foreign, if not for the fact that you've felt them before. You half expect, as Valder, to come shuffling out of the darkness, as you realize that the Shade Assembly has built a soul shelter here. One that can be rearranged and reassembled as the plates in the walls fit together. The draining feeling from your holy relic has stopped. You inhale, and just as before, when you exhale, you start to see figures scattered throughout the holding pens. Goliaths, with their wrists and ankles bound by gleaming chains. Ethereal bindings that pulse with white-hot radiance. Unlike the time before, and you don't know this right away, you can all see this. You see the Goliaths appear in this chamber, and all of them as if they're in another place. Some of them kind of have their hands up as if they're kind of tied to something. Some of them just kind of shackled behind their backs, usually kind of slumped over or in some kind of defeated posture. They seem closer this time. Not closer to distance physically from you, but closer in spirit. Features more defined, with the exception of their faces that are kind of blurry and ambiguous. You're not exactly sure who each one is. Their identities hidden from you. It looks like, unlike before when you had your hands just pass through them when you reached out to touch them, that you might actually be able to reach out and touch them. A sign, perhaps, that the strength of Kuuzni's connection to this world is weakening. His ability to hold the banished prisoners diminished. And it comes to that kind of hollow stop there. And for the first time since he started moving, the half-orc stops. And you imagine as you look at him, you can remember the sensation that you felt when you first walked into a soul shelter. And you imagine that sort of coming over him now. That sort of strange quiet. Nothing coming from above. His power's not gone. Your powers weren't gone when you were in there, but the powers seem sort of strange given that they're not sort of being granted by another being. They're within him at this moment. Whatever he has at that moment. Watch him kind of turn over his hands back and forth. We are out of combat.
Okay. You feel it. I know you feel it. Let me explain it to you. What have you done? What is this place? We are obscured, all of us, from him. It is not my doing. It is this place. It is this building. That noise, some mechanism. Listen to me.
As Graven's talking, what are you guys doing? You're right up behind him, so you can, if you're staying with him, are you continuing to work your way there with the, or did you stop and wait?
I would have kept going probably up until he shouted out and then froze.
Okay, I would say, given while the clanging was still going on, I'm going to say you got up onto the ramp, so you're maybe 10, 15 feet behind your two brothers with the totem there.
Yeah.
And then you stopped once Graven started talking.
Yeah.
And then Orba?
I never responded to Josco, so if I can now.
Okay, yes. We'll say that it was as that was happening.
Yeah, okay. Orba quietly will say, Josco, I understand. I don't know if I'm ready for this. Can you tell me what happens to everybody here if I do this?
And you get the sense that your response didn't go through at all. Bouncing around the protective barrier of the soul shelter until the words just vanish. And there's silence in your mind.
Okay.
I have failed. No, Usni, no. You are not beholden to him. I'm walking very slowly towards him.
He takes a couple steps back, like he's not like retreating fully, but he definitely retreats from your approach.
My mace at my side, I'm gonna slowly unhook it and let it fall. Shield to the other side, let it fall.
I did not slay the Chimera, and he will not keep me as his chosen. What is your name? I am Graven. Aswan. Aswan. What is this place? This is the Shade Assembly. Do you know what that is? Yes. I don't mean the Shade Assembly. What just happened? Why can I not hear him? The walls. There is some kind of... I don't know how they did it, but they have obscured him from us. He cannot see or feel or speak to us here. I don't know what he promised you. He promised me everything. It is a lie. There is power, there is strength to be found. Without him, I promise you that.
Before he responds, is anyone else doing anything at this time?
I'm gonna put the totem down and my spear down and stay where I'm at. Just keep watching my brother.
You may believe. I would wager that you believe you are alone. Yes? I want to be alone. No. He took our memories. He altered them. Deep down, you know this. I wanted this. I prayed to the meddling gods every night, hoping that one would answer me. But none gave me the chance until Kousni. Why? Why do you need strength? Why do you need power? I am not here to explain myself to you, of all people. To be given a gift so rare, a purpose so pure. To stand in your presence sickens me. You have to believe me. Whatever he offers you, he is using you.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
That's 3. I'm just gonna not look at any of them and roll 2. Persuasion, disadvantage, dirty 20.
Dirty. You can see him like trembling with hurt and confusion and rage, and he reaches a hand out and he touches that pillar that's kind of close to him.
Whatever power he offered you is not truly your own. You can have power of your own. I have found power of my own through those around me, through myself, in my own heart. You do not need him. It is a false power.
So we see him thinking, as this is happening, the brothers il-Vigos are looking around, and after you kind of place the totem down, your spear down, both of you look, and it's hard not to immediately run to some of these spirits. Like you see, again, their faces are sort of obscure, so you're not exactly sure which one's which or who it might be, but there's Goliaths all around you, and you've seen people disappear, you've watched them vanish, and the possibility that these could kind of maybe be the ones you're looking for. I'm gonna bring something up just so you have a visual of it. Never mind.
It's not on the thing.
Bring up. So this chamber here, and all of these glowing spirits, of which there's one, there's one, there's one, there's one.
I gotcha.
Yep. There's all circling all the way around to the top. There's dozens of them, all scattered throughout this chamber. All those glowing purple orbs are all shackled Goliaths from top to bottom.
Do you see the figures around us? Do you see them? Yes. That is how weak he is. Kuzni had to obscure all of these people from me.
What happens now?
Stay here with me. Stay in this place for the time being.
What does this do to stay here?
He cannot hurt anyone. He cannot exact his blind, selfish rage on anyone else.
What you are saying is that if I escape this shelter, I will have been the one to keep his connection strong.
No, he knows. It's too late for that. He knows. You did not fail.
Takes his hand away from the pillar, and he puts his back up against it and kind of lets it slide a little bit. He doesn't go all the way down into kind of a seated position, but into kind of an exaggerated sort of slump or lean against the pillar there.
If I perish, you will be lost.
The evil that he has done will be lost. It will be severed from this world, I think. I believe that.
He reaches up, he pulls his hand up, and he grabs at the wrist there, and he just yanks it free. It's on like a piece of twine there on his wrist, and he just pulls it free. And he has it kind of dangling from his right hand. And he looks down over the side at that molten crevice of arcane energy, whatever's sitting there down at the bottom, at the very, very bottom of this area. And he starts to move his hand kind of over the edge and holds it out. As he does that, and the relic sort of swings back and forth, getting closer, he's not close enough to reach out and touch it or anything, but he reaches it out to the side. And as he does, all of the Goliaths around you start to flicker.
Is there one close to us?
There is, yes.
Rumik can't hold on anymore.
Okay.
I just want to run to the closest one.
You get to them, and you can get your hands on it. It feels like almost like a liquid, but you can still grab it like it's here and it isn't at the same time. And there's chains, and the moment you touch, like they don't acknowledge your presence, but they can feel something. They raise their heads, and you can pull on the chains there that are holding its wrists.
Yes, hang on! Please, you're almost there! Please!
What are you doing?
I'm just trying to remove the chains, hold them.
Give me an athletics check. You
Is
can
this
try and rip the
a
chains.
is this a woman, a man?
Difficult to tell. It's just very obscured, like a sort of a nebulous form.
17.
17. You reach out and you sort of, it almost looks like the wrists are attached to kind of a post or something, and you put your hands between the post and the chains, and like a rubber band snapping, it disappears and falls apart. I need you to roll me 2d20.
I will.
Shut the fuck up.
17 and 8.
Great. 17 plus 8, 25, right? 25.
Uh-huh.
As that snaps, you see the face of Soraya il-Vigos, one of your cousins, coming into view like almost like a picture, like suddenly focusing. And you see the relief wash over her face, and then there's almost like a world behind her. You see a desert barrens, and you recognize it right away. It's the Wakchu Barrens. Not just the two of you disappeared at that spot, and because Kuuzni's connection to his clerics, which would be in this place, he's blocked access to them. She disappears out of existence, and for a moment there, you think she's reappeared wherever she disappeared, out there in the world. You watch her sort of and just vanish, and she's gone. That one Goliath spirit is gone.
Sascha,
Did you saw all of that happen?
did you see?
Yes, I did.
Are they back?
Did I see that? I didn't see that happen.
You heard him yell. I mean, he shouted.
Wait. Just feel any on all power that you have right now. Do you feel it's still in you?
Yes.
That is your power. That is yours. He cannot give that or take it away from you.
You see him sort of like trying to make sense of everything he's seen and heard. It seems like he's unsure exactly what you're asking of him in this moment. Like, you sort of asked him to sort of cast aside Kuuzni, and he took the relic off, and now he's holding it over the edge, and now you're sort of telling him to stop again, and you can see that he's just unsure of what you want of him, what's happening as that's happening.
Orba's looking for Erlen and Severa.
Okay, give me an investigation check.
I'm gonna cast guidance on Graven.
Okay. On Graven?
Yeah.
Okay, you do so.
What does that give me?
D4 on your next check of any kind, I think it is.
Yeah.
How certain is Rumik that the cousin I just freed is freed, not just banished somewhere else?
It almost like a portal opened up that you could see like the Wakchu Barrens in, and it looked like they like fell through a portal, and then the portal closed up. So, not being a man of magic, as reasonably certain as you can be, pretty confident.
Then I'm gonna run to the next person I see.
Give me an athletics check.
Nat 20!
Nat 20.
Oh, nice job.
Let's go.
Instantly the chain breaks. And give me another D2
Yes,
D20 roll.
yes. Together that'll be 25 again.
25. Give me another reroll. Can't free the same person twice.
Oh, okay. I see it now. I see what you're saying. I got it. Okay, 19.
19. You watch as Huig's face appears, a very close friend. It's a Huig il-Cravo, one of the il-Cravo clans that was close with you. And you see him sort of look up to the sky, and the portal opens behind him again, and this time you see a small village in the mountains.
Yes.
Disappears into the mountains.
He freed.
Let us. We're up above on a second rung, right? Like.
Yeah, you're like a little further around the sort of edge there.
Let us do it together. Come. And I'm gonna like kind of put an arm around him and like try
You're
to.
getting that close to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'll try to kind of slowly walk him all the way down to.
As soon as you kind of reach out to him a little bit there, he bats away your hand.
Together. Come. And I'm gonna like turn and walk down towards the. Instead of any tossing, I'm gonna walk down towards it. Come.
You want it for yourself.
No. We will stand opposite ends of the chasm and do it at the same time,
Give me
please.
another persuasion check. And with the guidance.
D4.
Yep, D4.
I get to add a D4.
Yep.
Also, Orba rolled a 6 looking for Erlen and Severa.
Okay. Yeah. All Goliaths, as far as you can tell. Certainly looking around the area where you are, all Goliaths here.
Persuasion. 16, 17, 18.
18.
Come, we will do it together. And I'll start walking. I'm removing I had put together the handkerchief and the flowers together. I'm removing those so that it's just the symbol.
Okay.
And I'm walking down slowly towards
Slowly fall. He keeps a distance from you. He's 15, 20 feet behind you the whole time. Every time you step, sort of taking another slow step
and I've
forward.
left my mace and
You
my
have
shield
time during
behind.
this to run to someone else?
Does Graven ever pass by me?
They will. They haven't
Okay.
yet, but they
I'm going. I'm just gonna keep freeing my family.
Athletics check.
Can Orba, once they pass herself, start going up to look
You're
more
waiting for them to walk by you. They haven't gotten that
I don't
yet.
want to
Sure,
interrupt.
they haven't gotten that.
11.
11, okay. It takes a little bit of effort, but you are able to break them. Give me a 2d20 roll.
14.
14. You watch the face of Eldert appear, another of the il-Cravos, one of the ones that maybe disappeared way, way back when Graven disappeared for the first time, sort of on his knees there and with chains that snap, and you watch the village appear behind him. And he falls back into the portal.
A friend?
Yes, the il-Cravos sort of very much entwined with the il-Vigos. You know who that is. You remember the family. Yep, all people that you know. Again, starting to circle around the exterior here. I'm going to say they get past where Orba was walking.
Yep.
Try to find Mother.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna look around and try to see if there's. I mean, I know they're like very like spectral and indistinguished, but I'm gonna. Is there one that I see that something tells me that might be her mother? Well,
You have reason to believe you would not find her
right.
here.
Okay, that's fine.
Would you like to make a show of looking?
Oh.
Sure.
Give me an investigation.
Oh, no.
That's a pretty good
Yeah.
show.
It's 19.
19. You look at Sascha, who's sort of looking around, and you see him kind of look off into the distance and then start to move kind of quickly towards one of the figures over there. Okay. And you're not sure exactly what he sees or anything, but you continue to move around. And as you're getting down, you're kind of getting down to that last turn before you're on the bottom floor, the flat floor at the bottom. They've passed by Orba. What did you want to do?
I was going to sneak out and start
You want
going
to
up
move
the
up
ramp.
the ramp a little
Yeah.
bit? Okay, you start to move up the ramp. Are you looking for something?
I'm looking
particular?
for Orlando Severe.
Give me another investigation check.
13.
13. As you start to move up the ramp, pass by one Goliath,
Passing by Goliath.
pass by another Goliath. No Orlin and Saphira.
Orba's going back to a Goliath.
Okay.
She's gonna...
You can go to the closest one. Give me an athletics check.
This one. Athletics.
Probably within view, seeing Orba do this.
Yeah, because again, this whole place is open, so as long as she's moving around and not going like into a cell, you can definitely see her moving around.
It's a natural one.
Natural one. And that sort of liquid, aqueous kind of material just doesn't budge or bend or pull, and you're unable to free. And the person there who's kind of chained up, again, they can kind of feel something, but they don't know that it's you. You get no sense that they're like responding to you specifically, just that some force is pulling at them there.
Orba's, if she has time, she's gonna take out her healing potion.
Okay.
And she's gonna drink it.
Okay. Go ahead.
She'll use her bonus action because it's in her little
it's like-
sash.
Yeah.
What is that? What is the grade?
2d4 plus 2. Oh, greater healing?
Yeah.
44 plus 4? 40.
Yeah, you can do
44
that
plus
twice.
4.
Yeah.
Okay. 6. 7, 8.
Plus 4.
12 HP.
Great.
And she's gonna switch into Reaper form.
Okay. As Orba transforms into Reaper form and she can feel kind of the composition of her changing, some of that strength coming back to you that you didn't have in your sort of standard form, some of that Reaper energy. Here in the Soul Shelter, being in Reaper form feels almost just a little empowering, like because there's no sort of divine influence here, even if it's just in your head, you're not sure that this is like actually happening, but you being the kind of source of some power greater than that isn't divine, like the chamber feels very much your own. It feels very comfortable in here to you. What did you want to do?
So I have another shot at
Start
going.
to get the same person there?
Yeah.
Great, you move to do that. What are you doing during this time?
If Graven passes by me,
It does?
I just want tears flowing, and without a word, just a small smile, and like, this is it. And then I'm gonna run toward the one that I see Orba struggling with.
Okay, you start to move up the ramp. She's a little ahead of you, but you start to move up the ramp there.
Am I by one?
You basically as if you saw something, started to move toward one, and yes, now you're kind of up to one of these
I'll
Goliaths.
try to free one of them.
Give me athletics check, athletics check, athletics check.
Natural 20.
Great.
18.
16?
Everybody give me 2d20.
Oh my god.
Oh, honoring.
22.
22. You watch as Skoze, one of the sort of elders in your clan that disappeared at the day of Graven's disappearance, Skoze il-Vigo.
Total is 11.
11. You see Varhan, another il-Vigo, another cousin, a female cousin of yours, who was there at the moment of his disappearance.
I got a 22 as well.
22.
So reroll.
Reroll that. Yep.
23.
23. You see a female Goliath that you're not exactly sure that you recognize, but as it's sort of the swirling energy, Rumik looks over and you see the freeing face of Kaliana. And most of them are disappearing into the mountains. Kaliana actually looks like she disappeared back into some kind of barrens, some kind of desert barrens that might have been there when you guys were in that area. And as those three are freed, now Graven and the half-orc have circled all the way down, and he's kind of approaching the edge there.
I'll kind of make my way to, not opposite, but, far enough away from him.
Do you have the ability to cast Zone of Truth on me?
Not now.
I promise you. These, on the lives of my family here around me, I will let go. Count down from 5 with me, and let go. 5.
He takes a hand up, he puts it on your shoulder. Puts his hand on your shoulder.
5. 4. 3. 2.
He sees the jingling of the relic back and forth there, and as it's hanging over this sort of bubbling pool of energy there, his hand starts to loosen ever so slightly.
You can do it. 1.
And you feel a tightening on your shoulder as he squeezes.
The power is yours, I promise you. 0.
Without your shield, 17 to hit.
That'll hit.
I forgot what kind of damage this is. You feel the energy of an inflict wounds start to creep into your skin. Familiar with that essence as you're holding them both over the edge, and you just at the last second see something in his eyes, something within him that says he wants that power. And without you there, it's only him. You take
Stone's Endurance.
27 necrotic damage from a level 2 inflict wounds.
About to find out how much HP I'm gonna have right now. 9. I'm at 9 HP. That was exactly how much I had.
And that's where we're gonna take a
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You felt like you were getting through to him, but him standing there by the edge with the relic in hand, something in him just couldn't let it go. The way that he sort of looked in, you saw like the bubbling magma kind of reflecting off of his eyes. And with you holding it, especially with your relic next to his, the thought just finally occurred to him that with yours gone, there would only be one relic left, and it would be his. And that's the last kind of thought you have in your head, and you see that kind of come over his eyes. And everyone else is kind of around the chamber. You're very close by. The two of you are up the ramp a little ways, but Sascha, you're probably 20 feet away from the two of them. Maybe, 20, 25 feet away from them as you ran over to one of the chained Goliaths. And that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh my god!
Jesus.
You did such a good
Jesus.
job!
Tried.
You did so good!
I tried.
On Anthony, too.
I will also say something to think about it during the break. As they were getting closer and those relics were hanging over the edge, the flickering was intensifying. And something also occurs to Graven, which is that if the Kuzni's connection to this plane is severed before they're rescued, they might be lost. So that thought occurs to you as well as you look around the chamber. But that's where we're going to take a break. Thank you all so much for joining us. we're at the height of things here, and we're gonna see if Graven can talk this guy down or find out what happens next. Here in the social.
This guy so hard.
I'm gonna need that
Push him in
totem.
the goddamn lava.
I'm gonna need to drink some pots.
Okay.
I am at 9 HP. I had exactly 27.
Wow.
Okay.
And you only have 1 stone's endurance too, right?
Yeah.
I am
That's it.
You're
spent.
spent?
I am fully spent.
But you can jump real high.
I can
You
jump
jump
very
super
high.
high.
You grab his thing,
Oh, that'd be sweet.
just jump straight up in the air.
Oh, okay.
All right, we're gonna come back and we'll dive right back into where we left off. Thank you all so much. Puzzles and games as always during the break, and then we will see where this takes us. See you on the other side, guys.
Bye.
So excited.
Spud appreciates, likes, and subscribes. Spud also reads all the comments. Makes Spud feel less lonely. Come play a game with Spud, please.
Welcome back, everybody. We hope you had a nice, restful break. We did not. We pretty much sat at the table the entire time. We were basically the whole time clarifying a couple positioning-related things. We're gonna dive right back in, but before we do that,
Oh yeah, there's people watching that I need to thank. Hold on, sorry. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Where the fuck did I leave off? I don't know where I left off. Okay, we're just gonna go back. No, I got it. We're just gonna do it, and if I say your name again, it's an extra thank you. Watch out, he did 100 bits. Scarini resubscribed. Dave the One did 1,000 bits. Wrangler Spider Strength. Wrangler Spider Wrangler gifted a sub. Hopeful Optimus resubscribed. ZenBK gave 5 community subs. ZenBK did 600 bits. Oh my gosh, hi.
Thank you.
Tony Jabroni did 1,400 bits.
Thank
The
you.
Cage King resubscribed. SA Class Warship subscribed. Jay Brownie gave out 5 community subs and then half fake resubscribed. Thank you guys so
thank
much.
you, thank you guys so much. Holy smokes.
You are my family as well. You're all my family. You and you and you and you. Just not the half orc.
You break the chains, and it's hopeful Optimist.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna bring up the small map first here. So Graven feels that pinching kind of necrotic energy seeping in from your collarbone and into your chest, almost like your veins are swelling and it goes into your heart. And before, where you felt you could withstand some of these blows, here in your weakened state, with your cleric energy completely drawn from you, no spells, your first instinct when you feel that energy is to like whip up some of that arcane divine energy and start to throw some back, but there's nothing there. It's just an empty well, a glass completely void of liquid. So you feel that energy, and as that's happening, there's a little kind of, "Argh!" And Sascha, you immediately after breaking the chains of that one Goliath, you turn back and you can see those fingers digging into your brother back there. I need everyone to roll initiative for me.
Still with a D6.
I'm going to bring this up while they're rolling. I'm going to show everyone. So Graven and Oswan are here by the, it's not quite lava, but some kind of arcane magma. Sascha had
Same
just
old Graven.
freed a Goliath over here by the ramp, and then Rumik and Orba are circling around, and this is what the chained Goliaths look like. There's these sort of glowing purple figures. Rumik's back here, just freed one of the figures, and Orba as well. So that's where we're at. Oh, that one's just not a person. That should be good. Let me see.
Oh my god.
That is so bad.
That's actually great.
This is
I got
terrible.
to add a
And did you
D6.
remember to roll with advantage this time?
I did roll with advantage, yes.
All right, 20 to 25. 15 to 19.
16.
Nice. Okay. 10 to 14.
12.
Shit.
Wow.
It's bad.
Yep.
5 to 9. 0 to 4.
4.
0 to 9.
I rolled a natural 1 and a 2 on my d6. I will have a 3 for my initiative.
Coming back strong.
What's your dexterity?
Or you guys can pick who.
Oh yeah,
first
do you
if
have
you prefer.
I mean, you can go first. You're probably more dexterous than I am. Okay, Sascha.
Rumik, Oswan.
Alright, so we've got Rumik, Aswin, Sascha, Orba, Graven.
Okay. Oh man.
So you hear a little bit of that cry sort of echo out in the chamber, and you can see over the side. I mean, you can see down there and see that Graven's looks to be in visible pain. You're kind of just behind this pillar here, but you definitely heard him shout.
Okay.
So, what's your move?
If I run and leap in the direction of where I left the totem, how far is that?
So run up to the edge, about 20 feet of movement there, and if you leap, what's your leaping distance?
It's gonna be 18 by itself, but then I can add an athletics check to it.
I mean,
Pretty far though.
it is on the other side of the room, there, so...
Okay. So, man, what do I'm gonna say, Sascha, we have to get the totem to Graven. I left it just by you. And then I'm gonna take a leap and run straight at the cleric.
Okay.
And do my
Do you
bestial
leap
jump.
first? Yep.
Okay, so that's gonna be plus 17, so that's a 35. 35.
35, so you're basically 35 feet out.
Oh my god.
Give me an athletics check.
Oh,
to try
I'm
and
so
avoid-
sorry. Could I have raged before?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
He's in the middle of the air like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, I'm pretty
Forgot
angry.
something.
That is my last rage.
An
Okay.
athletics check to avoid kind of the fall damage from
Okay.
the...
Now, okay, amazing. 25.
25. Okay, you hit the ground, and having done it once before, you make sure to get not too close to the edge of that magma that's there, so none of the stones kind of trickle off. You hit the ground, do a tuck and roll, and then pop up on the other side. So you have 10 feet of movement left after leaping there.
Okay. While midair, I want to have formed like a bear-like muzzle around my mouth.
Okay.
Yes!
And run straight up to the cleric.
Just close enough.
And as I'm there, I'm say, "You've made a mistake, cleric." And I'm gonna go in for a bite.
Yes! You have everything's right.
Yes. Okay, so that's gonna be a 16 to hit.
I believe that'll let me double check.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty sure that will.
Yeah, was he wearing armor and stuff? Could we just
He's got some armor on, but he doesn't have a shield. That
Okay.
will hit. Go ahead.
Okay, so that's gonna be 1d8 plus 4. So that's 10, then plus 2 because I'm raging 12.
Okay.
And then I heal 3 because
Yes.
I'm a bear.
So you sink those teeth
Because I'm a
in,
bear.
and he sort of wrestles you off. He pushes you off, but as his hand, your teeth kind of tear at his skin there, and some of the blood dripping. You pull that energy in and heal yourself a little bit.
And with a second action, coming back from that with the javelin over the top.
Okay.
Hit him with that. Okay, it's gonna be dirty 20.
That will definitely hit.
So that's gonna be 1d6 plus 4. Okay, that's 9, and then plus 2, raging 11.
Excellent. Okay, and 11 damage takes it up to 23. He didn't look, bruised and battered, but he didn't look at his fullest of full strength. I mean, he's been in a prison cell, and presumably, when he was captured, they might have, there might have been some kind of fight or tussle in that way. So he may not be at 23, but I'm putting the damage that you guys have dealt. So
Okay. I like that.
Okay. Anything else?
Do I have any movement left?
No, yeah, you used all
All
the
the way
movement to
for
get up
the
there.
lightning. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
This is something that Sascha tells him every single day.
Every fight
and
day.
it never gets through
It's
his
so-
thick skull.
Rumik is just like, I have to be there.
Oh, poor Sascha. You're a good brother.
Okay. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Alright, it's Aswin.
Who's next?
It's Aswin? Is that what?
Aswin. Yeah.
Aswin, okay.
Yeah, Aswin. Okay. So, Rumik comes in, pummels him with a bite, and then the blunt end of the spear there, boom, and he's holding that relic up over the edge, and the impact of Rumik kind of barreling into him, his hand goes further out over the edge, and you see all the Goliath flicker a little bit, but then he pulls his hand back in from that, and he's gonna move up a hand and grab at grab at Rumik there. He's gonna make and he's like some of that necrotic energy swirling in his hand again.
Man.
That's a 22 to hit.
Hit. Shit. I bet he's not gonna do bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing.
It is
Probably
a
not.
inflict wounds.
unless he rolls really bad.
It's not great. 13 necrotic damage.
I am down.
And immediately Rumik crumples to the ground there, and Graven sort of peering over from the other side's eyes go wide, and Oswin turns. Weak. He's gonna turn back to Graven there after casting that spell.
Okay, is he done?
Rumik is going to fall here.
Oh no.
Sorry.
Brutal.
And he is going to, with Graven right there, he's gonna stay by the edge there.
Okay, it's Sascha.
All right, Sascha.
Oh.
Oh.
If I cast Healing Word on Rumik, does that do anything?
Yes, it would bring him back up.
I'm gonna do that.
I
first.
believe your rage ends anyway, though. I think it ends when you go unconscious, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah, if you fall unconscious, you lose the rage. But yes, if you were to heal him, he would come out of unconsciousness.
That's gonna have to. I have to use a second level spell slot to do it.
Okay.
Oof.
Extra
sorry.
healing,
That's
though. either
extra
way.
heals.
Yep.
That's good.
I apologize.
Oh, you can use the you can use that. 'Cause
Yep.
It's 2d4.
Or if you like the big healing
Yes.
roller.
Oh, sorry.
Bring out the big guns.
Plus your spellcasting ability
Plus
modifier.
wisdom, yeah.
2, 1 is 3, plus 4 is 7.
Oh, okay.
7. Okay.
So it all happened so fast. You leapt down, took a bite, hit him with the javelin, and felt that energy passed out, and then right back to the land of the living here. You are prone. You're still prone,
Yeah.
but you are alive once more. As one had turned to Graven, he then looks back over his shoulder and watches you, so your eyes pop back open. And then he looks to Sascha. And you can see sort of, he wasn't aware of maybe all the people and what you were capable of until this moment. Okay?
I am going to run, try to get to that totem. Is
Okay.
that within my reach?
30 feet gets you to the base here.
Okay.
Next turn, you'll be able to.
Then with my bonus action, I'm going to...
You use the bonus action. You have a regular action.
Oh, the healing is a bonus action!
I'm sorry.
Ah.
I appreciate that.
But you have a regular.
Then with my regular action...
Nothing.
How far away from as when am I?
We can also do it before you move, but right now you are 45 feet away from him. We could also say it was before you moved if you wanted to. So
Sure,
required you to
sure.
be closer.
That's fine. I will use my my cantrip Frostbite.
Okay. Is that a save or a attack roll?
And that is...
I think so.
Which one is it? Frostbite?
Oh, for you?
Yeah, for
Constitution
him.
save.
Constitution save. Okay.
You're not a sign.
14.
I think that fails.
Okay.
It'd be-
It should be 8 plus
It'd be
3 for your proficiencies, 11 plus your modifier.
It's 4,
So 15. That fails. Yep. So that fails.
So that's a D6.
Great.
Of Oh wait, what level am I?
It's 2d6.
7th level.
Yep.
It's 2d6.
Yep. So go ahead and roll that.
4 and 4. That's 8.
Okay. 8 damage.
I wasn't paying attention. What'd you do?
31.
You hit him with something?
So yeah, that
Gave
was
him a little bit of
frostbite.
wicks of frostbite.
In addition to
Nice.
the damage, remember this so I don't forget, he has disadvantage on it if he makes a weapon attack before the end of his next turn. So the like freezing frost energy makes it difficult for him to kind of maneuver with his joints.
Anything on saving throws for him?
That does not affect his saving throws, yeah.
So does he has like a weapon and stuff? Like
He does have a mace,
Okay.
yep.
So he
He
has
didn't
some
use it
armor,
there, but
has
he
a
does,
mace.
yep.
Okay.
He looks like he's some kind of loose chainmail underneath the kind of leather cloak that he has.
Okay.
Okay.
That's is that
That's
Sasha's
Sasha's turn. Yep.
All right, Orba.
All right.
Reaper Orba. Here we
Orba
go.
in Reaper form. Once again, reminding our audience that Orba had access to different spells and abilities. However, because she's morphed not after a long rest, but midday, can no longer receive healing. She can receive temporary HP, but she can't receive healing. So she needs to be careful about managing her hit points. What would you like to do?
Okay, I want to get to the edge where I'm within 60 feet.
Sure. Just takes 5 feet, gets you right to the edge there. Yep. I
Okay,
think we said that was 60, right? Yeah, 60 feet. Yep.
great. I am going to cast. I'm gonna cast Wither and Bloom. And I'm
Okay.
gonna only target Aswin, and I'm gonna choose Graven to roll a hit die, a single hit die.
Okay.
you have unspent hit die.
Yes.
'Cause
Yeah.
I told you to have unspent
I
hit
do.
die.
I do.
All right, so yeah, I'm casting Wither and Bloom. So
And then does
Aswin
he
needs to
make
make a
a-
Constitution save.
Oh man, the no extra constitutions is making the difference here. This is another 14. Oh no, it's a 13. 13.
Yes. Okay, he fails. So he takes 2d6 necrotic.
Both of those probably would have passed with the bonus
Yeah.
that you
Oh.
took from him.
Oh,
That's why I was asking. I used the new dice.
that's.
Oh, those are big.
Yeah, they're
too
big.
I don't like them.
All right, 6 necrotic.
Yeah.
Sorry, 6
No.
necrotic.
6 necrotic.
And then Graven.
So I add a D10 plus my
Yep,
Constitution.
it's like spending a hit die.
Yeah, it says roll one of your unspent hit die.
Okay. 4 plus 3 is 7. I get
Oh
7
wait,
back.
hold on. Regain number of hit points equal to the roll plus my spellcasting modifier.
Oh.
So my spellcasting modifier is +4.
So 8. I get 8
Right.
back.
All right, a little bit of that. You see some of the ground kind of strange blackish vegetation sprouts up, licks at his ankles, and he has to kick away some of that withering necrotic energy. And at the same time, that same energy goes up into Graven and just allows him to reclaim some of his vitality by the edge of the crevice there. Anything else?
Yes. So remind me, if I'm prone, any ranged attacks are going to be a disadvantage, right?
Yes. that is
Okay.
correct.
Orba would like to stay within 60 feet of this guy and get prone.
Okay. It's gonna look like you're dying, but we're gonna have you fall prone.
It's just very dramatic.
Yeah, it's very dramatic, but you're by the
She's
edge,
faking death.
hiding by
She's
that rock
pretending.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I'm so dead.
Yeah,
okay.
she's gonna try to keep an eye on him.
You can fall prone.
Okay, it's Graven.
How
Alright.
does my max HP work right now? Like if I were to try to chug a potion.
What are you at right now?
I'm at 17.
17. We'll go with
Average.
Average,
rolls
yeah.
for 2.
I was gonna say what level are you technically? We have your stats somewhere, don't we?
Yeah, but it's
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little different because
Oh,
he's
okay.
a fighter now.
Oh, yes.
I got this. Let's see. Here we go. I can do this here. Fighter, level 2. What's your con modifier?
3.
3. Excellent. 22 is your max HP.
So I will not take the superior healing potion to gain 3, 4, 5 hit points.
You can still gain as much temp HP as you want, but yeah,
Yeah.
maximum HP currently 22.
Yeah. So I spent that hit die.
Yes, that is
Okay,
a spec.
I
Yep.
Yes, you spent it.
Okay. It's my turn.
Turning to face Aswan there, standing by the edge. And you look around and you see those flickers of kind of purplish arcane chains holding all the Goliaths around you.
I have to try to end it. And I'm gonna circle around him and I'm gonna try to shove him
Okay.
towards the lava.
Give me a. This is going to be a contested athletics check.
Athletics.
14.
23.
23. I think it's. Let me look up the shove action real quick. I think it's just 5 feet. Using the attack, you can make a special attack to shove. Target can't be one size larger. You can choose to knock it prone or push it 5 feet away from you.
Can I, with a really good roll like that, can I try to take the symbol from his hand?
I'm gonna say to get the leverage necessary to push him, can't do those simultaneously.
Okay. And I mean, it's not big enough that he's gonna disappear into it immediately.
Probably not.
He's
Yep.
going to we'll see what's gonna happen.
Great. Graven
shove.
gives him a shove. You see his eyes go wide as he falls back, and he's grasping at the edges of the stone there, but his bottom half, like his feet and then his knees and then his waist, goes waist deep into this arcane and lets out this howl, and smoke is rising even though there's no flame, like it's eating away at his skin there. And as his wrist goes up that has the chain still kind of dangling from it, suddenly all the Goliaths in here start madly flickering, and he's got one hand, and he pushes it on the edge, and he looks like he's trying to pull himself back up. Roll me, look at the damage of this.
Oh, we just got raided by Dead Aussie Gamer.
Oh,
Hi, welcome
what's up?
everybody.
Welcome.
Give me 8d6.
Shut up.
That's a
Do you
lot
need
of
some?
no.
Oh,
5,
Ghostbusters. Come on,
6,
Ghostbusters, baby, please.
7, 8,
Okay.
2, 4, 6,
8,
8. Yeah.
Come on. going, buddy?
That's okay.
Have some
I gotta count now.
Yep, go ahead.
8,
We'll be here.
10, 21, 26, 27.
27, okay. That takes us to 64 damage there.
I'm there.
See, like, his face is reddening. He's hanging on as tight as he possibly can.
I will. I don't know how it works in like, if I go prone to like. The idea is to try to keep him in there. It doesn't. Prone versus not prone. It doesn't.
Prone doesn't matter. You can kneel down or reach down. Yeah, you don't have to
Yeah,
be
I'm
prone
like
to
getting
do that.
down into his face and like making sure I'm like, you chose this. You did this.
Okay. Anything else on your turn? That was an action and a little bit of movement.
Have nothing else to do.
Okay.
Rumik.
Seeing this happen right next to me, even though I'm prone, I'm gonna roll over onto my stomach and like army crawl over it and put my hands over Graven and I'm not sure what the objective is here, but I'm gonna hold my action, whether it's to like hold onto the guy or shove him in.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for Graven's orders.
Okay. Like just holding a help action. of some kind.
Yeah,
Holding.
just like helping him keep his hands there.
All right, you have Rumik right next to you there by the edge.
Okay.
And that's
man, these Goliath spirits are.
Yeah, is computer chugging? Is that what's
It's
happening?
just I think I loaded so many of these purple glowing Goliaths. You guys need to rescue some Goliaths.
yeah.
I think if I zoom out a little bit, yeah, it's much better if I zoom out there. But it's okay.
I'm gonna shout, yield.
And that's all I'm doing with my turn, I think.
Okay, that takes
Aswin.
us to Aswin. Yep. All right, seeing Graven by the edge there.
Yield.
Another hand. He's gonna start to pull himself up and out there.
Yeah. How does this work with like us both trying to?
What? Are you telling Rumik something? He was waiting for you, and he's starting to pull himself up.
Keep him submerged.
Okay, I put my hands there.
Give me a contested athletics check as he tries to climb out while you're there.
Oh, man, I wish I had rage.
12.
Oh my god.
9.
9. As you reach down to kind of shove him back, he grabs your arm and almost kind of pulls you forward, and you are worried you're gonna go in, but he uses your leverage to pull himself up onto the edge and out there.
That was an action for him.
No, movement.
God damn it.
And he's going to look.
Who are you? Without your friends.
But he's gonna reach toward Rumik.
Counterspell.
You're gonna
Counterspell.
Oh, that's so big. Oh my god.
I'm within 60 feet.
3rd level or lower. He reaches out his hand and he grabs Rumik by the collar, and Rumik's like, you look right in the eyes, and some of that necrotic energy is building up, and then
His arm too.
Each one of us is stronger than you.
okay, that's his action and movement. He's going to try and move a little bit away from the edge here. You both of you can get attacks of opportunity if you want them.
Can I? Can I reach for my hand, like my ice hand axe?
Sure. Yeah.
Because I think that's better than an unarmed strike.
Yes, it would be better because you don't have.
I'm gonna try to take a bite at him.
Okay. Or you're not still raging.
You're so right. That's fine. I don't need that.
Hand
I'm
axe.
gonna take. I dropped my javelin too. Okay. Unarmed strike then.
Yeah, you can whack him.
Okay. That's a 25 to hit.
That will hit. And it's just the flat damage, right?
And 5 bludgeoning.
10 to hit.
10 will miss. Okay. So he pulls himself up, moves himself, he pushes you guys out of the way. Goes, and he's kind of like staggering, and he's swirling around, like looking up at the ceiling. Goes, and he sort of stumbles into the center of the room there.
Other than looking manic, is he looking really hurt?
Between the, like, as he pulled himself up out of that magma, like his pants are like melted to his skin, like it's attached to him. Oh my!
Are you all
yelling
right?
so much?
I know.
No, we're good.
Why do you keep picking gravelly voiced dudes?
No, I think this was the amount. That's his turn. Who's
Sascha.
up? Sasha's up.
Do I feel like lightning might kill him by looking at him?
Give me a perception check.
That is 11 total.
11. At a quick cursory glance, unlikely unless you bolted the ever-loving shit out of him. Okay. So possible, but unlikely.
Okay, I will grab. I'm gonna climb up.
Okay.
And get the totem.
Oops.
However much
Oh, you
movement that
disappeared.
takes me.
We're just gonna have you pop back up here. Where'd you go?
To try to
Non-lethal. Actually, yeah, I'll go to the totem.
if possible, but don't.
Can't catch you. 1 second.
It's okay. That's fine.
There.
Do what needs to be done.
Okay, head up to the totem. Yes.
Yeah. Am I next to it?
Yeah, you're right up
And
next to it. That
how
took-
much
we'll say that
movement
took
did
15 feet of movement. to
15?
get up
Okay.
there.
And then before I pick it up, I'm going to say to this half-orc, this is how it will feel when Kuuzni eventually abandons you. And I will strike him with lightning.
Okay.
Yes!
And that's a dex saving throw.
There we go.
Get it.
7 plus 11.
No.
Oh my
That's
god.
3d10. 5, 8, and a 10, I think.
So
Yeah.
18 plus 5.
Yeah.
18 plus 5, 23 is
Yeah.
what it is. 92, yeah. A little bit of blood falls out his mouth and drips onto his chest. Ghost, not abandon me. Stands there on the ground.
With the rest of my turn, I pick up the totem and head back down to Graven.
Okay. Grab the totem, you hop back down. And get about to there, we'll say. Okay. Okay. That takes us to Orba.
Takes it to me. Where am I?
Prone over here.
And where is he?
About right there. Less than 60 feet now. He moved sort of in that direction.
Oh my god, guys. I don't know what to do.
With every ounce of strength that leaves the half-orc cleric, those Goliaths continue to flicker.
They're flickering even when he's like in the process of dying. Right?
Yeah.
Fuck me. Okay, if I can't slide down. I'm going to fuck. I can't.
Ask for a decision here.
Yep, okay.
How hard is that totem to throw?
You probably couldn't throw it very far. Maybe 10 feet. You could kind of toss roll it.
Oh my god, guys, I fucking can't, man. I'm gonna. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna hold my action for if he dies, Orba is casting planar tether on him. Does that make sense? Like before his body goes into the ethereal plane, is that how that works?
That's not really
entirely.
how planar tether works. Yeah.
That's for like if you're blinking to a different plane, not if
yeah,
you're
or like
dead.
traveling between planes. Yeah, it's not for that. Wouldn't keep him from passing to the other side or something.
Okay, so this is what Orba's gonna do. She's gonna. You guys might hate me for this. I'm so sorry.
Do it.
Let's do it.
Orba's
It
gonna.
is your purpose.
No, that's not what I'm doing. Orba's gonna cast Wither and Bloom on him, but not to damage him.
Okay.
She is going to let him roll a hit die.
Oh my god.
And when she does that,
What? I'm starting to not understand.
go ahead and roll. You just roll a hit die and then add 4.
Okay. Okay. Heals for 7.
What's the other part of this plan?
And she's gonna get his eye, and she's gonna say, Kuuzni is no longer welcome on this plane. Leave with your life, and no power or die with a little bit of it.
Make an intimidation check with disadvantage.
Okay. Oh! Intimidation? Oh, Reaper Orba. 11?
11.
I sold that really good.
If I fail him now, you will not let me live.
God, you're so stupid! Alright, that's my turn.
Okay.
And I would like to stay within 6
Go
feet.
out of, let's see if I can get this frame right. We should
Oh, okay.
just change that.
Next up will be Graven.
How far is Sascha from me with the totem?
Sorry, give me 1 second. Oh, we're back in business. Here we
Hey.
go. Partially.
Okay.
Let me go back to the map.
You can freeze the minis if you want. They're
I don't think it's that. I think it's the lighting effects.
No, I know, but just...
How far is
How far is Sascha from me with the totem?
30, 35 feet?
How does it work with holding an action with something I don't have yet?
Oh.
What do you mean?
Let's say, well, I would have to hold movement, I suppose. As in, if he gets to me with that thing, I can't hold an action to use it, but I could hold an action to like take a few more steps with it.
You could hold an action to use it. If he like.
But I'm not within melee of.
Oh yeah. You would need to be within melee of your target.
So, how far am I from the half orc?
15 feet to get within melee range.
And if Sascha went 30 and threw it, would he get it to me
He could toss it to you with that. Yeah.
at the half orc? Is what I'm saying.
Oh,
So if I take movement now
To
and
move
hold
to-
an action till that's in my hands, can he? I
with
guess
a couple of successful athletics checks, he could toss it and you could grab it.
I'm also up next. I can try to be a ferryman here. With my jumping.
Oh, I see. I see.
Oh, shit.
I don't know if you can still jump up real
That
far.
spell's still active.
Yeah. It was a minute.
Oh, it was a
I
minute?
think, yeah, it's
Probably not.
gone. Yeah. I'm slowly walking over to the Goliath, to the half orc,
Okay.
and if somebody puts a weapon in my hands, I'm using it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Alright, it's Rumik.
Okay. The distance. Actually, I'm 30 feet from Sascha.
You're a little more than that. You're like 35 feet from Sascha.
Okay. So I'm gonna do my jump. Well, am I able to? Okay. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna jump to him.
Okay.
Which I actually don't think I need to use. I'm gonna. Is it if I roll too much? Like I can stop myself from walking. Okay. Like, whoa.
Too much.
Okay, so I'm gonna run and jump to my brother and roll just to make sure I get there. Nat 20. So that's
Oh my god.
38 feet. Okay. I look at Sascha and try to grab the totem, and if he'll let me have it.
I give it willingly.
And I'm gonna take the rest of my movement to run as much as I can toward.
So you
Graven?
you had to get 10 for a
10
running
feet
start.
and then jump.
so sorry.
Oh, I should have.
Do you need better cough drops?
No.
Wait, we have more.
And then you take another 30 is what you're saying?
Or yeah, it would be.
Yeah, because you have 40.
Yeah,
Right?
That's 30. And then I'm gonna say, Graven, catch! And I'm gonna throw it at him.
Give me athletics check with advantage, and
Okay.
you give me a regular athletics check.
Okay. I'm gonna use this die.
14.
Okay.
26.
Let's go.
You hear your brother's voice, you turn, and as he's tossing the totem, you literally reach out and your hands slide into
Oh,
yeah!
I take the momentum of it coming into my hands and non-lethally
You can with bludgeoning.
try to bring it up under his fucking chin,
Give
like.
me an attack roll.
Amazing.
So, it's a +4 because my proficiency is less. 18 to hit.
That will hit.
When it's 2d6
D6
plus 2.
strength modifier, yep.
So
Sorry,
plus
buddy.
2, 6 bludgeoning damage, non-lethal.
Okay. You know that's not gonna put him down because Orba healed him for 7 there.
That's right.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
6, you said?
6 total, 2, 4, 6.
Okay.
I don't get any kind of multi-attack with this thing, do
No,
I?
especially if not with a held action.
And
So
it doesn't give me
after-
any kind of protection or anything, does it?
No. So as you're sort of hand slide in and you bring up the totem, you slide your hands through the parallel indentations and your fingers fit very neatly into the grips. It's cool to the touch, as if there was some kind of support rod running through the center, but it's not made of metal. Something with a vaguely geometric shape to it, like a long extended octagon. When you tighten your grasp, the inlaid crystals start to flicker. Just a weak illumination, like the beginnings of a campfire trying to stay lit while a strong wind blows through. With great concentration, as you're lifting the totem, the flickering gets faster and faster. And just as you connect with the other cleric, there's a flash and you're transported to somewhere else. Open air, snow-capped peaks. A first-person view of a small village nestled on the mountainside. But not a view that you seem to be able to manipulate on your own. It's like you're looking through the eyes of someone else. Those eyes turn their attention to the sky, where a great light is swelling, almost like the sun itself is getting closer to the ground. Through this first-person view, you relive a moment of a flash. The person whose eyes you're looking through starts running while looking up at the sky, and then chains come out from the ground, and you watch as the sky gets brighter. The person you're looking through twists and turns, and its head moves down towards someone else, and you see a young Goliath woman who, pulling herself free from one of the chains, she starts to reach toward a Goliath boy that's ascending into the air, and she's struck down and ragdolls against the side of the house there. Another flash. Whoever it is whose eyes you're looking through pushes open the door to a stairwell going down to a basement. Takes a couple of steps down, peers inside, and there's an older Goliath woman, and she's painting a portrait of another Goliath. And once she's done with it, she kind of takes the page and she puts it down next to a series of others, 6, 7 other paintings of the same person. This person whose eyes you're looking through reaches out and touches the woman on her shoulder, and she reaches up and touches his hand. Another flash. And now it looks like you're assembling the totem that you're holding in your hands, fitting pieces of crystal into the grooves that are inlaid. And it produces this kind of glowing sensation, and at the last piece, he puts the crystal in, then you reach down into what looks like because it's a first-person view, into your pocket, and you produce a small silver, locket, like a tiny little silver locket, no bigger than a coin, a quarter, and reaches into the handhold, the right handhold, and inserts it into a slot or something in the handhold of the weapon, of the totem. Another flash. You're reliving some kind of meeting in what looks to be a library. Ayana is there, passionately pleading to a group of Goliaths. She's a little older now. She's wheelchair bound. And as she speaks, she picks up various texts and waves them emphatically, sort of pointing around the room, talking to the people that she's with. The texts look vaguely religious in nature, just the symbols on them, the various notations all look sort of religious. You follow her for a while, and then you look to the edge of the room where Rumik and Sascha are perched kind of on a stool by the side, and they look to each other. And you see them kind of nod along with whatever she's saying. You relive several scenes of travel hiking through various environments, snow, desert, jungle, coastal, everything in between. Over and over, these scenes end with discovering some kind of dead creature, an Etten, a dusk hag, a yeth hound. And each time you sort of look at the dead creature and in frustration sort of scream up to the sky. You relive a moment of traveling through a forest. And in the distance, you see smoke rising from the tree line. And then you duck down into these tall grasses and you look up and a chimera goes flying overhead. You look down, and in the same one, after seeing the chimera fly over, you like produce a scroll from your pocket. You look down from your belt, you produce a scroll, and you unfurl it. And you can't read what it says, but it's in Ayana's handwriting. And it seems to be like diagrams, like as if someone was tracking this creature for a long time. You're crouched behind a small ridge. You're looking far into the distance where a Goliath man, maybe in his 40s, 45, 50, is trekking through the wreckage of a village. And this is hundreds of feet off. The same village that you saw before at the start of these visions, but now in a ruined state. The winds are whipping through, gale force winds, and this man that you're watching seeks refuge in one of these ruined houses, disappears from view. A couple of minutes pass, and there's a bright flash and a concussive blast. The house that the person retreated into goes up in flame, light and fire pouring out. And you start to get up and like leap over the ridge, and you feel two hands, one on either shoulder, and you look to left and right, and there's Sascha and Rumik keeping you from running in, and you watch them shake their head no. You're reliving some kind of negotiation, a very heated exchange between Ayana and two robed figures who seem to be stubbornly rebuffing whatever she's asking for. It looks like she's pleading, and they're sort of unflinchingly refusing. Eventually, you, sort of the eyes you're looking for, you reach over your shoulder, and you take the totem that was on your back, and you hold it out, and you place it on the ground there. And the two hooded figures kind of look to each other, inspect the totem, and they nod. And they motion, and someone kind of comes up and they look like they're taking it. And as that person is starting to take it away, you reach out and you're reaching for that right handhold where the locket was. And then one of the two hooded figures sort of pushes your hand away and and the figures walk away. The last flash happens. And you come to, and you're bringing up the totem sort of into the chin of the cleric across from you. All those memories, it felt like kind of happening in real time, but it just all happened, and then you're just back in that exact moment that you left it. And with your right hand, as you're bringing the totem up, you can feel something sort of circular and metallic with your right hand there. And then real time kind of swirls back around. And just as you left it, you're back inside this chamber here. That was Sasha's turn, yes?
Yeah.
Rumik's turn, yeah, sorry. That was Rumik's turn, which takes us to Oswan, I believe.
Yes, it's Aswan, I don't know his name anymore.
He turns after taking that hit, and even now you can see the blood pouring, the burns on his legs down to his calves, all his clothes sticking to him from the molten heat that produced as he fell in. And he takes another step toward Graven. And he reaches out toward him.
Counterspell.
And he starts to move. Do you take an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, non-lethal.
Okay.
It's with the weapon, yeah. +4. 10 to hit.
That's gonna miss. After realizing that he's not gonna last through this, he starts to run toward the edge.
No! Stop him, brothers.
And he looks like he's sort of at the edge and looking down into it, and he has the holy relic in his hand, all the Goliaths flickering, and he looks like he puts one foot out kind of over the edge, but without enough movement to go all the way, he stays there.
Oh my god.
Sascha, you're up next.
How far am I from Oswin?
45 feet.
We'll lose the rest if he dies.
Can I dash all the way over there, but also like into him to try to knock him over?
So it would normally be an action to you're trying to like shove him basically.
Yeah.
I'll let you use. You're gonna have to make your athletics check with disadvantage because he basically has time to see you coming and kind of move out of the way, but possibly.
Okay. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Take
30 feet this way. Dash again. Make a athletics check with disadvantage.
I rolled a 12 and a 20.
12.
And with the 12, I'm gonna add a 6 because I can add that.
To wheel yourself?
Yeah, I'm gonna wheel myself.
Yes.
That's a 2, so that's 12 plus 2 is 14 plus 4 is 18.
Plus 4 athletics is 18. He falls to the side, and he's not gonna fall prone, but basically he kind of stumbles a little bit to the side there, and he's now not like fully over the edge. So you've managed to knock him free from that spot.
Sascha to the clan. Rumik, non-lethal.
And how is if I see Graven, is he looking like okay? Is he health wise?
Of my total? Yeah.
Of my total.
He looks more frail than he's capable of, but that's purely a function of sort of having power siphon. So
I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Graven.
okay.
And that's a second level.
Okay.
That's 2d4 plus spellcasting.
That's 5 plus 4 is 9.
Okay.
It's full HP. My total is 22.
Okay.
That takes us to Orba.
Okay. How far is Orba from everything here?
What's everything?
Yeah. Okay, so if I wanted to follow Sasha's suit and just try to like either push this guy further from the edge or just get on top of him or something, is Orba able to do that at all?
Given the angle that you kind of have, I mean, you could do it. You're just kind of pushing him back toward Sascha, basically.
Okay.
Like there isn't enough space to get between him and the edge and like push him further away from the edge.
Okay. And then another question for you here. Sorry, 1 second. So, I have Exhibition, which is one of the Reaper homebrew spells,
Yes.
and it deals damage, but it also charms. There's downscale to it, but that's when I'm using Fatal Draw. Can I opt to downscale it with a spell slot?
No.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna get up and use 15 feet of movement. And then, is there a way I can get him in a 30-foot cone? Is there movement? Is like, how do I get down here?
15 feet of movement, take you just to the edge there, theoretically, and then, yeah. You'd have to jump down,
Yeah, I don't have a ton of HP, so like, is this taking damage kind of territory here?
You'd have to make an athletics check, and
30 feet.
you could definitely negate some of it.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
8.
8. Okay, I'm not gonna negate damage. It was 20 feet, so 2d6. You take 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Picks herself back up.
Okay. That's how close I am.
Yep.
I'm gonna. Fuck, I don't want to kill him, man.
Let's do whatever.
No, I'm gonna. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Let me just pull up the spout. Sorry. I'm sorry. You're wise, right?
Yeah. I used to be.
Okay, hold on.
I'm less
You
wise now.
could have not gotten as close if you're trying to avoid getting them in the cone, if that's what you're talking about.
No, sorry. I'm just familiarizing myself with what happens if they save.
Okay.
It's charmed. The creature is on a successful save, half damage and isn't charmed. Okay, no. Orba's gonna use a dash action and get in front, get right up to him. And she'll have like a dagger out and ready. Like, is that an action to take that out or anything?
No, just take it out. No.
Okay.
It's just on your belt there.
And then, being there and oh wait, sorry. Non-lethal damage, is that slashing or is it only bludgeoning?
It has to be bludgeoning.
It has to be no dagger then. Just my fists if I don't have them ready. And then, God damn it, where is it?
We have some homebrew rules about knocking people out. I realize that hasn't come up.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's good.
Orba's gonna take the red rotala out and bonus action bite off the flower from the stem and hold it in her mouth.
It
If
basically
she drops to 0, it stops.
It prevents a
Yeah.
knockout blow to have the magic flower there.
First time you would drop, and you can hold that in your mouth for like turns, right? It doesn't like
No,
it
just
disintegrates
once.
after a turn. It's one round.
Okay.
Literally just for when he
Okay.
goes after me with his hands.
Yep.
And she's gonna get in front of him and get ready to take it.
Okay.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right, that takes us to Graven.
You got this.
Winding up another. I'm gonna walk over so that I'm kind of between Rumik and him.
That's Sascha.
Sorry, Sascha and him right there, and winding up a non-lethal.
Okay.
Kind of positioning it away from the.
As you run along and you have the strength of Buraj's memories flowing into you, you find yourself.
Shut up!
They're not yours.
Yep.
But you can feel yourself borrowing Buraj's barbarian prowess.
First attack recklessly, advantage on melee weapon attack rolls using strength, focus occasionally shove off injury, rage,
And almost as if someone's kind of moving your arms with you, gets closer to this person, you slide in front of Sascha there with the totem in your hands.
Okay, I'm gonna rage.
Yes.
Yes. And reckless attack, Elizabeth. What?
Non-lethal.
Yes, non-lethal. I said that before. I don't think
Recklessly non-lethal.
recklessly non-lethal. Spectral warriors. It hinders
Defensive, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm going out on this because if I do, I get advantage if I reckless attack,
Yep.
right? And I'm gonna get to add a +2 bonus to my damage roll, whatever it is.
Yep.
Okay.
I will remind you that the more damage you do.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
I just wanted to
I
say
know.
it.
Yeah. Basically, we do a calculation where, and this is a good reminder for everybody, for non-lethal, you have to roll to see if you're able to knock them out non-lethally, and if you do like a huge damaging blow, it's harder to knock them out non-lethally and not just kill them.
I'm going for body blow here. Raging. I'm sorry.
Oh!
Your attack with advantage.
17 to hit.
And it would be, you also, because of the barbarian levels that are within you, you get 1 extra for your proficiency as well.
18 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll for damage.
It is now 2d6 plus 2 plus, so 2d6 plus 4. Double Ghostbusters. 12 plus 4 is 16 damage.
Okay. I need you As the totem connects, he's turning towards you at that exact moment, and blood gets spit, and it spews across the totem there, his blood that he's spitting out. And he's got his hand with the dangling holy relic. And you watch the light both sort of figuratively and literally start to leave his eyes. I need you to give me a 1d20 roll. And you don't know how much over damage you went, but depends if you're able to knock him.
I'm not adding or subtracting anything to this. This is just a flat roll.
Flat roll, yes. And to be clear, like you want...
I want to roll low.
No. You want to roll high. The difficulty class is set at how over the damage you went, how over his...
7.
7 total.
7. Well, I'm not
Did you
adding
get any
anything
bless
to
or
it.
anything from that?
It's not a saving throw, right? No.
Hits the floor, kind of bounces,
Quickly,
and immediately
try, run
Oh my god.
to the
Can I take off?
to the gland.
start to
I'm
take off.
taking off. I'm taking off.
Everybody's running up the corridors. I'm gonna say, is everybody running? What are you guys doing in this exact
We
moment?
can't heal him. We can't bring him back.
Can we heal him?
You'd have to use a revivify, yeah, not a heal.
Oh, he's just dead. Okay.
He's dead.
Yeah, I'm
Running towards.
Okay.
Everybody running up the ramps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everybody give me athletics checks.
Is it possible for me to take a jump to get leave the further ones behind for them and get further up the ramp?
Yes. Give me your athletics check with advantage as you leap up to an upper level there.
Okay, that's gonna be 22 plus 18. Yeah, plus 18, so 40-foot jump.
Can you write down 5 for me?
Yes.
What is this rolling for?
Athletics check.
7.
7. 1 from you.
As soon as I start to run, can I see Erlen and Saphira?
Give me an investigation check.
15.
15. Write down 3 for me. The number 3.
21.
21. As you're moving up the sides, you look up and 2 more levels up the spiral, you think you see amongst all these Goliaths a half-elven man sort of suspended in air there. He's not chained, sort of not in that sort of way that the other Goliaths are, but just sort of floating kind of in the air there, but he looks like he's a couple levels up. You can take the time to be able to get to multiple Goliaths, or you can just make a break for maybe an elven creature up on an upper level.
I'm just running to Erlen.
Okay, Orba starts to move up. What are the numbers that I gave you? 1. Give me a 2d20 roll.
Add it together.
Yep.
21.
21. You see the face of Arevik, A-R-E-V-I-K, Arevik il-Vigos, who was an uncle of yours. You watch him disappear into a mountainous terrain through a little portal there. Who had the next lowest number? You had 3 and then 5, I think. Yeah, 3. Go ahead and give me 3d20 3 times.
2d20 3 times?
2d20 3 times, sorry.
Well, we don't find
6
that
on one,
out.
do it one at a time.
And
Oh, this is
6 and 9 is 15.
15. You see the face of Ito il-Cravo, another one of the il-Cravos. It's in kind of a coastal terrain, and you remember having sailed on a ship with Ito as you were tracking some of these creatures across the continent. You see that portal appear, and he gets sucked through it, disappears. Give me another 2d20 roll.
13 and 15 is 28.
You see the face of Erasmo il-Vigos, a cousin of yours, and he's in this kind of forested area, and he's pushing through the brush of this forest, and then gets kind of sucked back through the portal there. Give me your other one.
3 and 8 is 11.
11. We did 11 already. Give me another roll.
2 and 5 is 7.
7. You see the face of Mebbe, M-E-H-B-E, Mebbe il-Vigos, one of your younger cousins who disappeared at the moment of Graven's disappearance as well, who was struggling against the chains. Rumik,
Yes.
you're up.
I am pretty panicked. And I don't think I could choose a family member or family member, but I am looking for Ayana.
Okay.
I don't know if anything catches my eye, but
You can take 5 rolls here and go from person to person. Or you can try and, if you take the time to try and find a specific person, you're gonna have less time to free people.
Fuck. I don't think I could live with myself if I didn't find Ayana. So I have to look for her.
Give me an investigation check with advantage.
Okay. You rolled a nat 1? Well, okay, but I have advantage. Okay. Oh my god. Thank the Lord. Okay, with advantage, investigation, with a -1, 16.
16. You're circling up the edges, and you go up to one figure, and you're like in a sort of panicked haze trying to find one person, and it sickens you to have to walk by one without sort of stopping to break the chains. But up one more level, you see a figure that just, the face is unseen, but something about it calls to you. Something about the shape of it, something about the way that it's sort of hunched over, and you start to just run. And give me a 2d20 roll as you.
That's cocked. That's gonna be 25.
25. You break the chains, and the first thing that starts to appear as you break the chains is something wooden, not something natural. It's a wheel, and then a part of a chair, and you watch as Ayana appears, and a portal appears behind her, and what's behind her, you don't know this, but it looks like a temple with sort of a watery floor, and Graven would recognize this as the Temple of Lakafuyu, and she falls backwards into it, and as she's falling backwards into it, you see the look on her face.
Oh, okay.
Orba runs up to the next level above her. She gets to a figure that looks just slightly different, not quite Goliath, but elven in features. Give me a athletics check with advantage.
Okay, with advantage.
Wow.
6.
Try to break the chains. But these ones, he doesn't have chains so much. They're kind of like wraps, like leather wraps, like on a rope, kind of like bound to the floor. And they're difficult to break, and you're trying to pull as hard as you can. Basically, I'm gonna say, if you attempt this one again, you won't be able to reach other people.
Okay, am I getting the sense that because it's not chains, that it's just overall a more difficult task?
It seems a little more difficult, yeah.
Fuck. Am I near other Goliaths?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna go somewhere else.
Give me some 2d20 rolls separately, so 2d20.
21.
21, we did that one.
Okay. 27.
27. You don't know the face, but someone else sees it's Perrin il-Vigos, Prren, a younger cousin of yours that didn't disappear at the moment of Graven's disappearance, but shortly after that, as him and Ayana were trying to track down some of these creatures that you guys traced across the continent. Give me another 2d20 roll.
17.
17. We've not done that. Hendrika is the person that you see. Hendrika il-Vigos, an aunt of yours, that she disappeared also as Ayana Sangrelau was searching through those libraries. She was one of the people who was helping her track down some of those religious tomes and texts that led you to the place you wanted to be. And as Orba does that, and this is all happening at the same time, people breaking chains, moving about the chamber, finally, people are disappearing all around you. And the person at the bottom of the chamber, that half-orc, you see his head just move down to the side. And it's silence. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Fuck.
You managed to break free over a dozen Goliaths from these sort of ethereal prison shackles, whatever it is. And as you look down to the chamber below, you start to see something happening with his holy relic that's sort of sitting on the floor there. But that is where we'll pick it up next time as we discover what's sort of happening in the moments immediately following the passing of the last cleric of Kuuzni that binds him to this plane.
Oh my god. god.
Graven was just slumping to the ground on his knees.
Graven was like running, to get to another figure, and then it disappears. And that's working out.
Could have been 4 more.
Oh, she worked so hard, dude. She worked so hard.
You
She
got
deserves
her.
it. You got her.
I really wanted someone to get her so badly.
Without the sort of searching for her, you had to roll an even 40, a double 20. That was the number.
Oh,
Double
really?
20? I fucking knew it. You
Yeah, fucking bastard.
Without, specifically searching.
I'm so glad. Give me advantage on the investigation because I rolled a nat 1 and my whole
that was
world.
another nat 1.
I like.
Rumik felt his eyes
I
go
was like,
dark. And
I was like, this is awful.
I should have saved my wheel for your non-lethal blow.
It's fine. It's fine. We don't even know if that would have worked.
Yeah,
the way we wanted it to.
yeah, you can't wield. That's not like a saving throw or an attack roll. So it's
To his check on it, right?
Yeah, but it's not.
oh, just his like attack roll. Yeah. No, I'm saying you couldn't have wielded his like that attempt to keep him alive.
What would I have had? I'd have had to have rolled like.
I think it wasn't huge. I think it was 12 or higher.
Oh
I think
my
it was
God, of
I need to
course.
check again, but I think it was 12.
Man.
And I rolled a 7.
I thought it was a 1 at first. I really did.
It looks like a
It
1
looked
on that
like a
die.
1 on that
I know
die.
this fucking die looks like a 1, but it was a 7. Not good enough.
Still more to come, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us
Yes.
at the sort of height and climax of this story as we move into the next area. Thank you so much to our amazing guests who
Oh my
not only
god.
Honored.
not only doing an incredible job, but you guys are great sports for. I know the focus has kind of been on Graven, and you guys are very good sports as he sort of
Not at all.
gets through his major storyline here. Coming back again next week, so we're not saying goodbye as we try and.
Oh, huzzah! Yeah, I wasn't sure or not. Yeah.
So we will get to wrap up the storyline here with the brothers il-Vigos, and we will see what happened here. This place still, Graven can kind of feel it. The walls have not shifted in a way. Like it still feels like a soul shelter in here. So you've certainly never seen or experienced this happen. So you don't know what to expect here as the last cleric here is passed on, and Kuuzni can no longer reach his source of power here.
Because he fully let me go. There's no
trace of cleric left.
He did what he said he was gonna do. I can't
I can't believe it.
I can't believe he actually did it.
He actually did it.
He did. I will say, so it stopped when Orba made the place into a soul shelter, but he thought that your life was just going to slowly drain from you.
And then I would just die.
Yes, that he was like, well, you're not mine anymore, but you're gone. So.
Your max HP is 0.
Did we just do it?
Did something.
Did we do
We
it?
did it.
Is Kuzni gone?
I think so. We're gonna be. Hey, Shade Assembly. You're welcome. Let us out.
They almost.
Yeah, don't we still have to get out of this place?
Oh,
we're gonna have
I
to-
got this. I got Josco. He's my bud.
Yeah, that's true.
If nothing else, it seemed that Josco.
They were ready for this. They wanted this. It was gonna be you.
You mean like
They knew-
originally?
yeah. They built the soul shelter for you.
That's been there a long time. That's not.
I mean, it would have taken quite a bit of construction to get that set up in whatever fashion.
You're saying that they wanted to kill me, or like years ago. They
Not
probably-
wanted to kill you, but that was the hope, maybe.
Yeah.
They knew you were looking for a chimera.
I mean, another thing that you learned that you guys, the meddling gods that have a very strong connection to this plane, they've kind of gone unchecked and need someone to kind of check their power because the meddling gods want to become powerful enough that the only source of magic is from clerics, is clerical, like divine powers. So as you can see, people of the Shade Assembly who are powerful wizards and sorcerers, like, that is a threat to their livelihood if the divine power is the only kind of power.
And I mean, we don't know whether they know that implicitly, but we imagine that they know that's.
You don't know how
'Cause
much
we-
they know
I don't
about.
even know that.
Know what?
I don't even know that that's Kuzni's goal. That's something that we've learned, like the intro to season 2.
You guys had some clues into, like, I think actually it was originally during Orba's talk with Celis.
Yeah,
He talked about how
Okay.
if the meddling gods have
Exclusivity.
too much influence, like the other magics will start to wither in their effectiveness.
Did
And
you share that with us?
Maybe probably not. I can't share anything with you.
I
No,
know,
can't.
that's what I'm
I
saying.
can tell you stuff.
Oh my God.
Can he see me?
Yes. Would I have been able to see her as soon as the soul shelter went?
Yes, you would have been.
Oh,
able
okay.
to see
I meant to ask it
because
earlier,
that
but I
would've
didn't.
cut off the.
I wasted the red rotala, sorry.
Oh, that is not a waste.
I think those 2 counterspells might have
was
saved
insane.
some people's
You know,
lives there.
when I was decking out Orba and Reaper Orba, I picked counterspell for both of them, and I was like, "You dumb bitch."
You fucking broke him. He was ready to jump into that fire after missing 2 spells like that.
He was like, "Wow, I'm useless."
Yes. Oh my God.
Counterspell for the win.
Yeah, that was clutch.
Look at all this candy.
Oh, thank Christ, I did that.
I've been stress eating the last 5 minutes. My whole bowl is gone.
You got like, totally like Anakin on that. in that
Yeah,
bit
a little
there.
bit. Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
Thank you guys all so much.
Thank
Holy
you.
smokes.
Oh my God, okay.
Next week we will see what we have wrought here, whether it's facing the Shade Assembly or having to see what happens of Aswan, the last cleric of Kuuzni.
He's as one?
Aswan, sorry. I think I said it too.
No, I just
Aswan.
did. I just did.
It's like Aslan, but not.
Oh, like the lion?
Uh,
Only
Instead of as
only
many, as one.
Yeah.
Oh, Aslan.
Oh.
And now he's as none, bitch.
Oh.
I can't believe it. Oh.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me, Anthony. Okay. I'm gonna thank some people and try not to cry. Half Baked resubscribe, thank you so much, and then did 100 bits. Thank you. Oh, Dead Aussie Gamer folks, if you're still around, thank you for sticking around and watching a very emotional PvE fight. And then Poco Doko gave out 500 bits.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
You guys are the best. Thank you for joining us in this journey and what may have been the climax and now the denouement to see what happens on the finishing end of what was almost a knockout blow that was able to kind of keep him on this plane, but not quite.
Join us in the Discord. They should be making a little thread of the spoiler section where you can talk about this episode and all the other good stuff.
Yeah, come hang out.
Yeah, come hang out.
I love the idea of Graven realizing he hit him too hard, the blow was too strong, and then being like, go get them. Like, everybody everybody fucking get out of here.
Run.
Double sixes, man.
Max roll. I've never rolled a max roll on damage in my fucking life. And the time I want to keep somebody alive, save more family members.
Got a lot of them.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
We love you guys.
We actually are having fun here.
We are
This is
having
fun for us. We enjoyed this.
My voice came back there at the end. It
Oh, I'm
just,
so
it glittered away, and then it found its way back.
Yeah, you scared me, dude.
No, next time I will just do some vocal warm-ups, I guess.
Just have a big fat guy that sounds like this.
Everyone talks like a rat.
All right, everybody, have an amazing week. We'll see you next Sunday, same time. See you then.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.